be afraid to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. As you guys know, we come live every Sunday to talk basketball and the GOAT conversation. Also, don't be afraid to check out the membership to become a member of the GOAT James Kingdom platform. Also, we're streaming live right off our Facebook group, which this week we've reached 70,000 members plus. So shout out to us here in GOAT James Kingdom, and shout out to all our followers, all our detractors, all our haters, everybody who supports GOAT James Kingdom, as we will continue to be out here every day and every week proving that LeBron James is the greatest of all time. So today's show, we're going to discuss the Rashad McCants rant about why Kobe is being disrespected by putting LeBron James ahead of him. So you guys have heard all the other people speak about it, but today you get Brandon and I and our panel's actual takes on the Rashad McCants crazy rant. Because I'm going to just say it right now, it's crazy. So what up, Brandon? What's good, brother? You ready? Still sending out all the
Ready?
shares? Y'all go ahead and hit
Yeah,
them
I
like
just
buttons.
finished.
Yeah.
All right, so basically, how do you feel about what McCann said in general?
I mean, that dude is something else, man. I just think that in general, but what he said, we're gonna play the clips for y'all so y'all can hear what he said. It's typical fandom. It's typical NBA fandom, and the argument today for me is gonna be who's really the worst fan base, the Jordan fan base or the Kobe fan base, and he's both. He's a double
Yeah,
conundrum. He's a double conundrum. He's all over the place. He's all over the place, bro. What's
yeah,
good?
he's definitely both. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely both.
What's good, fellas? Thanks for joining us. Thank you for being here. So,
Yeah,
um,
and the rants he was talking about, he acting like him and Kobe was in some type of relationship or something. Like he has to defend his honor. Like Kobe does not need anybody to defend him. Everybody knows how great Kobe was. Like he
fact.
think people are pushing LeBron up to push Kobe down. Like that don't make any sense.
Nah,
It
that
makes
don't,
zero sense.
no sense at all. It made no sense at all. It made no sense at all. And how close is he to Kobe Bryant? He made it seem like him and Kobe Bryant was like best friends.
You ain't got to remember, that was back when Kobe wasn't speaking to nobody back in the day. He wasn't friends with no NBA players back in the day.
When Cass came into the NBA, what 2005, and he was out by 2010, I
Mm-hmm.
believe. So I don't know how close they could have been.
I
Who knows? Maybe he was. I have no idea, but I never heard anything about McCass and Kobe ever.
yeah
If
yeah
he
Rashad
told if he told the
Rashad
starting point guard next to him that you need to move your resume up before I speak to you, what you think he would have told McCants, who was coming off the bench in Minnesota? He told what Swiss Parker, who's the
Yes,
starting
Chris
point
Parker.
guard,
Yeah,
that he won't speak to him.
yeah. He was basically he's basically living off that college title. Like he was great in high school. He was like a top 10 player in the country, but he wasn't even the best player on his college team. That was Sean May.
Yeah.
Sean May was the most outstanding player in the tournament when they won the title. It wasn't McCants.
well he
McCants
was
was not the best player on that team. Like he's living like he was the best player on that team. There was three other Tar Heels who was drafted before him when he got drafted. So I don't understand it. He came in the league. He wasn't a star when he came in the league. So he's saying that all the players say Kobe Bryant, like he was one of the great players in the league. Like of course, there's players who say it was Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was as a top 10 player of all time. He's a great player. Like no one is going to say LeBron is unanimously the best player of all time or Michael Jordan. Like there's Kobe fans for a reason because Kobe Bryant is great. But just to make up this narrative, like he's was one of the all stars in the league, and you have to listen to him, it doesn't make any sense when he was never the best player on the teams that he played in other than high school. So
he was drafted in 2005 and he ended his career in 2009. He played 249 games and only started in like 50 games or 40 games of his career. So I don't think between that era, Rashard McCants was close with Kobe Bryant. He played with Minnesota and Sacramento to end his career. So I don't know how close he was to Kobe Bryant.
I mean, and plus Kobe didn't really start getting close to players until after the Olympics when he was playing with Wade, Melo, and LeBron and them. So McCass had what, one more year on the bench in the league? So how close could they? Like I said, they could have been close after he retired. That's the only thing I could think of. Or I have no idea. We need
I
to
still
see
don't
some
see.
footage.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
still don't
we
see
like.
how. I still don't see how. I still don't see how. I
I
don't
don't
know.
see it either.
And to the
I mean,
point, where he mentioned the family, like he was like, the kids and the wife, like
He literally act like they were best friends, or brothers, or in some type of relationship. It's the oddest thing I have seen.
he said blood brothers. You can play the clip whenever you're ready, but I mean,
Yeah.
and everybody heard it, but and listen,
my thing is saying he's not the GOAT means we're talking negatively about him to his family by saying he's not the GOAT. So every player who passed, we got to say they the GOAT because
no,
the
it,
family gonna take insult to it.
no, that's not the goat because Mike could be the goat. It's saying LeBron is better than him.
No,
That's
he
the
said
disrespect.
Kobe was the GOAT. Remember, he said
I know,
Kobe
no,
passed
you're gonna hit, yeah, but it's really LeBron. He wasn't upset because Allen Iverson said Kobe was number one. They
Yeah.
didn't, not Kobe, but Jordan was number one. The whole
But
conversation
yeah,
was,
it's the thing with LeBron. It's just
yeah,
LeBron.
it's
It's
LeBron,
nothing about Michael Jordan. It's LeBron. He's saying
yeah.
Kevin Durant is better than LeBron. All the real ballers say that. I mean, that's the first time I'm hearing of someone saying that Kevin Durant's going to be an all-time better, greater player than LeBron James. Like this is the first we heard of it. But he's saying that everyone is saying that other than him. I know he's trying to get popular. He's going around wearing goofy shit all the time, a crown and goofy stuff, and he's trying to be popular by saying things. So I'm not I'm not sure how serious he is because the things that he's saying do not make any sense, and the way he looks do not make any sense. The way he approaches things don't make any sense. He said if Michael Jordan was playing at 40 years old today, he would average 40 points a game. So I'm not sure if he's high before he comes on, the podcast with Gil. I don't know what's going on, but this dude act like it's something wrong with his brain. But let me go ahead and play this clip because I don't know. This dude is acting weird.
Hold on, Travis. We haven't heard your word in this. Travis, what is your take? Do you know if Rashad McCants is really close with Kobe Bryant as he spoke about?
No, I mean, honestly, I don't know. It's like Brennan said. Like, I really have never heard of them having any sort of friendship or relationship. I mean, that's really only like one of the first times I've ever heard of McCants at all. And I mean, like, it's just another example of somebody letting their feelings dictate where they rank players. And I mean, I get it. You love a player and you love them and you respect them and whatever. But whenever you hear just somebody say no, 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 they're untouchable and they're the goat, it just takes away from actual fans who have knowledge and who make actual complaint or actual points and facts and use statistics to rank. It's just like they just use narratives. So it's kind of a slap in the face to actual Kobe fans.
Hilarious. All right, go ahead, play the clip. Let's listen to Rashad McCants show us why he feels Kobe Bryant should be ahead of everybody but Mike.
So it is kind of personal for me. Well, here I am talking about Kobe, protecting his name and his legacy. That's why you watch them Kobe Bryant highlights, man, it ain't no way you don't put him beside Michael Jordan. So here's what I'll do for the sake of conversation. Let's start the criteria here. Mike, Kobe will now be out of the conversation. We'll start it with LeBron. We don't even need to mention these two no more. They are.
So just listening to that, can someone explain to me how that makes any sense? We don't want to use stats to show how great someone is. I think one of the main things is that most people start watching, like fully focusing on LeBron probably year 18 or 17. So they think this is how LeBron has been his whole career. They just ignore everything that LeBron has done. And LeBron has had low moments in his career, of course, like every other player, but his low moments are multiplied by 100 because he has had so few of them. They literally talk about 2 games in 2011 and a game in 2014 for majority of his career, because that's the only low moments you could get of LeBron James. And you could completely ignore everything that he has done his whole NBA career. That is what a lot of players do. A lot of fans do. They just discredit LeBron's entire career and just focus on 5 games his whole career. And now, since he's in year 21, even though he's still great in year 21, they think this is how LeBron has been his whole career, because the media says LeBron has not had any drop off in his game. So if he has not had any drop off in his game, this is LeBron James his whole career. They don't know how great LeBron James was. I know they talk about how Kobe Bryant was the reason why he got a gold medal. What they have never seen LeBron James play with Kobe Bryant in the Olympics. They did never see LeBron was the quarterback on the offense and the defense. They did not see that Kobe Bryant took a step back because he was playing with LeBron James. They have no idea that Dwayne Wade just said, okay, I can't do this. I need to take a step back because LeBron James is this real dog right here. We have to go through LeBron James. And then when he went to Cleveland and he going against Golden State, with all of the talent they had, all they see is the losses. They don't see the greatness that LeBron James has been playing on the court. And that's the reason why no one wants to give LeBron James his credit.
Well, I got a real question for Kobe fans. If Kobe was the reason LeBron James won a gold medal, why was that Kobe's first Olympics? Wasn't Kobe drafted in '96 and LeBron drafted in 2003? Where's Kobe at?
Well, we already know in 2000 they picked Vince Carter over Kobe. And, that probably was the right choice, because at that time, Vince Carter was probably ahead of Kobe at that time in 2000. And then the 2004, Kobe Bryant was going through the charge and all this other stuff and not getting along with his teammates. So he was bad publicity for the USA team. So there was a reason Kobe Bryant first Olympics was in 2008.
He wasn't even the leader of the team when you really come be honest with you. They just have respect for Kobe because they play against him. That's what McCants was trying to get to, is that we respect Kobe Bryant on the level of Michael Jordan as players, beyond the stats, beyond everything. As Ace 30's laughing about it in the comments, how he's just using highlights to say why Kobe and Mike are separate from everybody else. And even Kenyon Martin and Gilbert Arenas kind of hinted to the idea that the players respect Kobe so much because they played against him. They've seen him night in and night out, things of that nature. But McCants just took it to another level. It's not just about nobody's disrespecting Kobe. That's the point. Like, nobody's disrespecting Kobe. You know what I mean?
I mean, Kobe was averaging 36 a game and couldn't make it out the first round. So, that's not a knock on Kobe.
Uh-huh.
That's not really a knock on Kobe, but just saying, it's ridiculous. LeBron at 22 was taking a team to the finals by himself.
Kobe at 22 was beating the Spurs. Don't remember, he was putting up 30 against the Spurs. That's what they say.
They completely want to remove. Yeah, they completely want to remove Shaq from that equation, just to elevate Kobe over LeBron James.
Completely.
It was completely fine to do that when it was just Jordan. Well, he's not better than Jordan because he had Kobe. Because he had Shaq. Yeah, but Michael Jordan averaged more points per game. Michael Jordan got better stats. Yeah, Michael Jordan it's fine because it's Michael Jordan. But once it's LeBron, it's a whole different. Like, we got to use the eye test with LeBron. We have to use the eye test, and we have to start that eye test in year 18.
No,
that's when that eye test starts.
No, it starts with aesthetics. It's by how he looks to them. You remember when Sports Fitness Rant was saying that he don't got the tight. It's not his handles is not tight like that. Like, they look at LeBron and say he's Aki. He doesn't look good dunking. He doesn't have that fluidity. That's what they want to see. It's the aesthetics.
No matter, he doesn't look good to them. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's their problem. Yeah, exactly.
LeBron's doing things on the court that no one could do in NBA history. We seen everything Kobe Bryant could do. We seen Michael Jordan and Vince Carter do.
Well, when somebody talk about LeBron's handle, I used to play point guard. So when somebody talks about a handle, I actually listen to what they say. And when you say LeBron doesn't have a handle, I ask you who's taking the ball from him. He's 6'9". Why ain't nobody just straight taking the ball from him? If he has
because
no handle,
they relate turnovers to ball handling because
they
they don't
know
know basketball.
they know better than that.
No,
No,
they
no,
don't.
trust me,
No,
they
they
don't.
don't. They don't know
Trust me,
better
they
than
don't.
that. They don't know
My
better than
They
that.
don't
response
know
is
that at all.
I did this so y'all can respond just like that.
Oh
That's all I
yeah,
want.
because they don't. They don't. You guys got to check out John's his post on our. He got the best posts, the best clips. So the one slow motion post that you had of LeBron James dribbling up the court
Yeah.
and dunking on Paul George, everyone would say he was traveling. There's not one time that he took more than 2 steps.
No.
Like I don't even know if they watched the clip, but there's so many comments talking about he traveled twice. Like the dude took 5 steps. How you gonna travel twice? 5 steps up the court and he dunked on Paul George.
But another
Like
thing is that, but why do you want him to look like somebody, right? Because the first thing they say is, oh, LeBron is 6'9". He's this, that, and the third. Well, that's why he doesn't look like Kobe and Michael Jordan. Those guys are 6'6", 200 pounds. You're talking about somebody you're talking about somebody that's 6'9", 260, that has muscle, that has a physique, pause, that's not the same. And so you can't expect him to look the same. You see what I'm saying? But the way LeBron looks, like you said, that's terrifying. The same way when Michael Jordan jumped from the baseline and he scared everybody, it's the same thing when LeBron is running up the court with the basketball. Forget what you said about him traveling. They're not looking at the faces of the guys. They're like, oh my God, what do we do? And you can't move that way. Who's sending you all those notifications over there, John? You got a lot of women texting you over there. What's going on? What's up, bro?
like at times I understand what they're saying about Kobe Bryant because Kobe Bryant was that good. That's the problem. Kobe Bryant was that good, and I have always said if you have Michael Jordan number 1, you have to have Kobe Bryant at number 2. So I understand what he means, but just to discredit LeBron James because of your fandom for Kobe Bryant is a little bit ridiculous. And now he's going on to say other different things. But let's keep playing this clip. Let's go ahead and keep playing the clip.
When it comes to the blueprint of the game, without stats and all that other shit, they out. Now, let's start with stats. You start with LeBron. Everybody else can fall in fucking line. LeBron is the GOAT. But that's because we not mentioning these other 2 niggas no more. They not even in the conversation. Player 99, player 98. Cool. Now y'all can have y'all, whoever he paying to say he the best, whatever the case may be. You like him, you like him. He the most biggest IQ guy. All that shit, cool. You won't hear nothing else come from me. Because I'm taking these 2 guys out of the conversation.
See, that's what I was saying. Like, he's so in his feelings. He is so in his feelings.
Brandon, he started with they are the blueprint to basketball. When has Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant been the blueprint to basketball?
They're the blueprint to their salvation of NBA fans or something. I don't understand what he's talking about. I don't understand. Like, he knows that both of them cannot match up statistically wise to LeBron James. But that doesn't make LeBron James a better player because his stats are better. So why do you have to remove them from the GOAT conversation because they have better stats? Kobe Bryant's stats are not even close to Michael Jordan and LeBron James, but we know how great Kobe Bryant is. Like, we know how great Kobe Bryant is. And just thinking about they're saying that they have to pay people to actually say LeBron is the GOAT is, crazy. Like, who keeps asking me about him?
You have to remove the stat.
Hey, wait, listen. If they paying, hey, send the checks this way, baby. Send the checks this way, because ain't nobody do it greater than GOAT James Kingdom. I want and did they say that about Stephen A. Smith hanging out with Michael Jordan, who all of a sudden is at a football game in a box? We know Michael Jordan doesn't like to be known hanging around people like that. People seeing him partying like that. Why is he doing that? Because it wasn't LeBron at the Super Bowl or just at another game the other day, right? You see LeBron at suites. They talk about LeBron is always trying to do Michael Jordan things. It seems like Michael Jordan's trying to do LeBron things to stay relevant. Why is a 60-year-old man sitting at a football game from Michigan? What was he there to do?
I'm pretty sure he's been to more
to show his
football
face.
games in his
Here it
past
is.
life.
Craig, what up? Craig is in the building. Shout out to Craig.
Right. And then I guess the little Kobe fan keep asking us about LeBron James 6 losses.
I see that guy in the
I
chat.
mean, like what was better? Kobe Bryant missed playoffs and first round exits, or LeBron first 6 finals losses? Which one do you think is better?
I
He
want
don't-
to know.
Which one do you think
None
is
of
better?
them.
I want to know why Kobe's numbers drop in the finals.
Do you want to talk about ask him, do he want to talk about 3-1 leads in the first
Man.
round?
I mean, everyone has marks on their careers, and if
look,
LeBron Mark is
Travis,
losing in the
check out Travis.
championship game,
Y'all look at
if
Travis's
LeBron Mark
face.
is losing in the championship game, you know that says a lot about LeBron James when everyone else ignores losing prior, except LeBron James, because that's how great LeBron James is. We have to amplify him losing in the finals.
I think the same man.
Come on now.
I mean, he
I
lost
think
twice.
I gotta say,
Wait. Didn't Kobe airball a couple of game-winning shots or game-time shots
Against
in the
Utah?
playoffs? Against Utah? Check out Travis. Hey, look at Travis.
Yeah, I know.
you're not doing us any favor, Kobe fans. I mean, hey, I'm a huge Kobe guy, but you gotta come with facts. Like, what are you trying to prove, man? Like, Kobe solidified at like number 7 or 8. Like, you're not gonna lift him. I can't even lift him. Like, what are you trying to do?
You could probably put him in the top 5, but you can't be upset.
No, you
if
can't.
somebody-
You can put him top 5, but like, how? I can't put him top 5.
I think it's difficult to put him top 5.
I couldn't put him top 5.
Yeah, no. Again, if you factor in that factor that they talk about the game impact, with how the players see him, when you adding the intangibles.
Somebody who's
See what I'm
never
saying?
led the league in an advanced metric ever, I can't put him in top 5.
Here you go talking stats. Nobody want to hear that. Nobody want to hear that.
All right, let's go ahead and get back to the rest of the video. Oh, go ahead, John.
No, but to
ahead.
make it fair, you have to take stats out for LeBron. Let's make it fair. Take LeBron's stats out so we can make it fair across all the board for everybody.
All right. So before we go, hold on, wait. When did the stats needed to be taken out? Because when did LeBron's stats become so unbearable that we have to take it out now? When did that start?
I would never take it out. That's his thing. That's what he's known for, his stats. That's all we saying. It's not a bad thing, but what are you going to talk about LeBron? You're going to talk about his stats.
That's every player. What player we don't talk about stats with?
I'm just
Which
saying
player?
that's his main thing. Well, Bill Russell is his 13 championships. I'm just saying what would make it why people think
It's
he's
not.
so great.
It's not long. It's really not stats. It's longevity. But they can't use longevity when it comes to Kobe and LeBron, so they say stats.
I mean, they both have longevity.
Yeah.
It's just LeBron had better longevity than Kobe.
All right, so Craig, you're saying that Bill Russell is known for his titles. What is Jordan known for?
He's known for his what is it? His scoring titles or something. That's what he's known for.
The stats.
Okay. What is Kobe known for?
Well, because if I say his championships, y'all gonna go to Bill Russell. Y'all gonna use everybody else.
Yeah, you already said Bill is known for the title. So what's Jordan known for?
That's what you will say about Bill Russell. That's the first thing you would mention. Because nobody else
what's
has
the first
13
thing that
titles.
you would mention for Michael Jordan? What's the first thing you would mention for Michael Jordan? Scoring titles? I don't think that's the first thing people mention.
I would say the 6 final MVPs.
His shoes.
I say the final MVPs.
His shoes. Sturdy said his shoes.
The 1900s GOAT.
Okay, so what is Kobe known for?
Playing with Shaq.
Yes.
Okay, Travis, what is Kobe known for? His main thing.
His main thing? I mean, just being a great scorer. I mean, you can. There's a lot of narratives, but I would just say at the end of the day,
he scored 81 points in a game too.
I mean, they were talking about how he was a transition scorer.
No, wait, is that a stat? Is that a stat? I'm quite sure.
It's like I'm saying, like everyone is known for their stats. Everyone is known for their stats. I guess Craig did make a good point that Bill Russell is known mainly for his titles, but everyone else is just basically known for their stats.
That's true.
Oh.
That is true.
Some Jordan fans say 6-0 for Jordan, but even Jordan even said that's not even something that they could use
I
because
know, because I hear,
That's
I
why I
hear,
said final MVPs because no one
yeah.
else got more
I
than
hear,
six
I
final
hear,
But
I
MVPs.
hear, I
nobody
hear.
says that though, Craig. That's the problem. They don't say
I
that.
say
They
it, but
don't
y'all
have
don't
that.
hear me
They don't
because
have
that's
that
gonna focus on
intelligence.
people who saying
Yeah,
six and no.
I'm
I
just saying
say it
like
all
that's
the
what
time.
he's
We
not
don't,
known for 6 finals MVPs.
and we don't respond because that actually makes sense, and we have no rebuttal for you, Craig. Okay, that's
Like, we
why.
don't
That's why.
like they don't say that. They say his 30 points per game and 10 scoring titles stats.
Yeah,
That's what they
stats.
say. They,
They said
they say
200,
Kobe Bryant's
200
Now,
stats.
Jordan's
steals,
gonna be known
200
for the Michael
steals,
Jordan Trophy. That's what he's gonna be known for now on, the
200.
Michael Jordan Trophy.
But
Everybody that's gonna get
I
the Michael
mean,
Jordan
I
Trophy.
mean, he has to be known for something because we already know LeBron blew everything out the water. But let's just go ahead and get back to McCann.
I
Yeah, let's
mean,
get back to McCants.
They
Yeah,
ain't
yeah,
in it no
hello.
more. For me,
Yeah.
Shaq played with Mike and played against Mike before he played with Kobe. Now, he might have had some comments that said that LeBron was the GOAT at some point because the GOAT of accomplishments does exist. So when you're the number one all-time scorer, you got to throw some respect on that shit. And it's two guys that just, I seen the toughest defense in the world on this dude. Kobe Bryant created moves because of this nigga's defense was that good. We ain't never seen that shit. He was forced to do shit you could never do. I just want the respect to just be there. I gotta protect this. I gotta protect it. And that's what I'm here for. I stand on business. For real. For real.
Let me see if I make my points better when I take off my glasses. Okay, I just wanted to
So
check.
do y'all think Kobe has done things in the NBA that no one has ever done before?
No.
So bad.
Travis.
I
Travis.
oh yeah, I'll finish it up. Go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah, you go last. You go last.
yeah, yeah. I
Or
got you.
just
Travis.
I'm sorry.
I'm so close to just being like a full fledged like LeBron homer at this point
Yo,
because it's like
yeah.
whenever you get people like McCants coming on here and they're just like, hey, this is the way it is because this is the way it is. Like there's no clear or logical argument they have other than it's their feelings. And that just does a disservice to us like actual Kobe fans who are like, hey, he was a great player. Here's my argument for his position. But they're like, no, that's bullshit. Like he needs to be the GOAT or something like that. And they just like make you look bad. So then you get people like this in the chat who are just exploding about Kobe. And I love Kobe. Big huge Kobe guy, but you can't prop him over someone who was just better than him in every way you want to measure. We have measurements and like go beyond your feelings. And it's just terrible to hear.
Go ahead, John.
Craig. Oh, it's
Uh,
John. John.
yeah, go ahead, John.
You know, y'all know I've expressed that. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought Kobe was great. Um, I've even said last week before we had this discussion that Kobe, once he passed, actually moved up in the ranking before he passed. Because most people had him between 8 and 11 before he passed. And since he passed, you've seen him shoot up to 3, 2, 1, 4, 5. But I just don't know what he did more since he passed than he did while he was playing. So, I mean, no doubt, Kobe is one, as far as I've seen, he's the top 3 players I ever seen play. But I've always had him ranked between 8 and 11. And I've always had him ranked at 11 because I always said to move into the top 10, you have to be better than Kobe. And that's always how I use my top 10 is because you have to be better than Kobe to enter the top 10.
We are going to drop the link soon, so you guys wait, and we're going to continue with our format that we're going to bring you guys on to respond to a question. So, but Craig is
Yo,
your
what's
turn.
good? I mean, it's just with Kobe, he was literally the 2000s version of Jordan. Like we would have seen what Kobe would have seen with Jordan. I mean, you can't put somebody who's like a mirror image of someone who did stuff better in that high. And like I would put him in the top 10 just off the strength of the fact that I have Kareem number 3 and Magic number 5, and they was teammates for over 10 plus years. So I really can't. You can't really say that about Shaq with Kobe if you got Kareem and Magic in your top 5.
Johnny.
I mean, listen, Brandon knew I was considered a Kobe hater, and you can probably still call me a Kobe hater if you want to. But I can say the only thing that Kobe did that really I can say it changed the game that somebody can say no one else did was work out during the summer. That was his beef with Shaq. Shaq took surgery late in 2002, right? The 2002-2003 season, right? And that's why supposedly he was upset with Shaq because Shaq didn't get the surgery done early enough so that he can be prepared for the beginning of the season. Shaq was like, no, I'm going to enjoy some of my summer, get my surgery done late in the season, and then I'll rehab early in the season, and I'll be ready by January. So Kobe was the first player. Nobody saw guys that nobody work out like that. Gilbert Arenas, Chris Duhon, Jay Williams. So many players that played in that era said they were studying what Kobe was doing, and they were realizing Kobe was at the game 6-7 hours before the game. A lot of players didn't do that. Kobe was putting up shots, 1,000 shots before a game, things like that. Like Kobe, that was Kobe's niche. That's why they called him the Black Mamba. That's what players respected, and then they knew that he was gonna. If you weren't prepared, Kobe was gonna put up 40, 50 on you. He was gonna put up statistically outrageous numbers. So you had to be prepared for Kobe because Kobe was prepared. That's all he did for 20 years was play basketball and get better at basketball. So that's the only thing I can give Kobe. Only thing.
I'm just sorry.
All right,
Jordan was great. He didn't have to do that. I'm just saying.
All right, so I'm gonna pose a question. We're gonna bring people on, so I'm gonna pose this question. What if someone says Kobe Bryant is a top 5 player of all time? What is the argument that he's not a top 5 player of all the time? And I'm gonna post a link so you guys could respond to. So, but Travis, what would you say to prove your point that Kobe Bryant is not a top 5 player of all time?
Oh, that's easy because the top any any objective top 5 is going to have Mike, LeBron, Kareem, and then you can throw in a mix of mine is I'm going to put Duncan and Wilt objectively. So Kobe from the top, he's not as consistent defensively as them. He has a negative box plus minus defensive win shares for his career. In the negative for his entire career. Yes, I mean there's context with that he wasn't as good during his last few years, and I hurt him statistically, but it is what it is. LeBron has maintained his consistency throughout his 21-year career on that end to a degree, and his efficiency wasn't near what they are as well. He, like I mentioned before, he's never led in any single year. He's never led in any advanced metric that we measure game impact with. And so that speaks to his consistency also on the offensive and defensive end as well. Was he great? Sure. But again, he just never was at the elite level of any way you want to measure it that the other guys were. So, I mean, you can start from the top statistically, there's an argument.
All right, so let me go ahead and bring Blue Boat on so he can respond to this question. Go ahead, Blue Boat. Big Diesel,
Can you hear me?
on that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yep.
All right. Salute to everybody. What's the question? What's the question?
All right. So basically, I'm posing a question to see if someone says Kobe Bryant's a top 5 player. What is your argument for or argument against?
Well, my argument against that is that his peak, his prime and peak, while it was great, didn't rise higher than the people ahead of him. You know what I mean? It's like you said, every advanced metric, every stat just don't point to Kobe being a top 5 player. Look at put his body of work besides any other all-time great ahead of him. Let's start with Mike, of course. Then you got Kareem, then you got LeBron, even a guy like Magic, Shaq, even a guy like Tim Duncan. Even though Tim Duncan's numbers, later in his career kind of declined a little bit, but that was by succession. You look at Tim Duncan's numbers in his prime compared to Kobe, Tim Duncan has the advantage. Tim Duncan is ahead, straight up. and also the fact that even though he was kind of he was great. He ended up great. He was kind of a late bloomer. He was kind of a late bloomer when it was pertaining to his career. As far as like actual peak and pride. And then, then too, we went to a stacked team. See, people forget those Lakers were already stacked. Even when Shaq got there, you had Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, Sergio Sabalos, Anthony Peeler, Corey Blunt, you name it. And, along with, even though he was past his prime, you had a Byron Scott that gave solid minutes. I'm talking about the late 90s Lakers. And let's go to 1998. 1998, that Lakers team had 4 All-Stars. Shaq,
Blue vote.
Kobe.
Let's try to shorten it up so we can have some more people chime in.
Hold on. What happened, Craig? Got something to say, Craig?
I was just gonna say, there's a stacked team in the '90s besides the Bulls. I am shocked.
All right, guys.
I can't deny.
All right, thanks, Blue Vote, for coming on.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
On Big Diesel. He's in the background. Me bring him on. All right. Did you hear the question when he asked?
No. Repeat the question.
All right. So, if someone says Kobe Bryant is a top 5 player, what is your stance on if he is or if he's not a top 5 player?
No, to me personally, I don't think he's a top 5 player all the time. I think he's top 10 to me, because he didn't have the accolades as most top 5 players. To me, top 5 is more of Bron, MJ. I put Duncan in there. I say Shaq in there because he has MVPs, and then somebody like Magic Johnson. So that alone, he's not better than any one of them individually of what they've done to the game or anything like that. So personally, to me, Kobe Bryant, the thing that deters me from Kobe Bryant is what he did after Shaq, because Shaq was the better player than him for 4 years straight. You know what I'm saying? And then you flame out in '04 because they was beefing or whatnot. And then after that, yeah, you had garbage teams, but you got to show what you can do with less. Yes, you score a lot of points, but that doesn't equal winning. He didn't have the IQ to win or anything like that. So when he was up 3-1 in '06, you know what I'm saying? You had one game to further the narrative of you should have been MVP over Steve Nash. You know what I mean? He had one big game, I believe. I think he dropped 50 points in game 6, if I'm not mistaken. But then game 7, you're gonna go ahead and quit just to prove a point. You know what I mean? You can't openly quit. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if somebody like LeBron James and you can make the narrative of, oh, he quit or whatever the case may be. But Kobe decided not to shoot. Like that's discouraging. You know what I mean? And then you not make the playoffs in your prime. Don't matter what team you have, make the playoffs, man. Make the playoffs. So Kobe, to me, he doesn't have the MVPs. He don't have the accolades and whatnot. He just don't have it. And then on top of that, you can talk about rings, but Shaq was MVP. He was MVP. See, he was season MVP, finals MVP. The whole entire system was around Shaq, not Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? And then you could, and when people talk about Kobe Bryant, they never talk about his early years. But when you talk about other players, you talk about their whole entire career. People don't talk about his whole entire career because this dude played after 2010.
We found him, Brandon. We found him. You guys are on Kobe. I can see why McCants is upset. These guys are on Kobe today, boy. Oh my God, McCants messed up.
All right,
Big
Diesel.
Thank
Yeah, no problem, man. God bless.
Hey, don't be mad if they start taking shots at you in the comments, my friend. Don't be mad.
Oh no, I ain't tripping on that. I'll be ready for these Kobe fans. Trust and believe. I grew up a LeBron James fan, and I had Kobe fans, Paul Pierce fans on my ass since I was a kid, man. And they hate LeBron greatness, man. I'm telling you.
Well, appreciate you coming up, man. Thank you, sir.
All right,
Thank you so much. Yeah, man.
All right. I guess, John, we already got your stance on why he's not a top 10 player. A top 5 player. Did you want to elaborate even more, or did you want to move on to Craig?
I mean, I think projection is one thing. He wasn't projected to be a top 10 player. I mean, he was picked number 14. He got to grow without criticism. Not like the other top 5, top 10 players. They didn't get to grow. They had to be them. It had to be him right away. Kobe got to grow into who he was. And he did. He was great. Nobody denies Kobe greatness. Nobody. I just don't believe he belongs in the top 5. Once again, I mean, Travis said he got him number 6. I don't agree, but I wouldn't argue too hard with him having him at number 6. Like I said, I would have between 8 and 11, but I don't argue anything under 5 too much.
All right. I see Mel is in the background, but let's go ahead and get Craig take it first before I bring you on, Mel.
What's up, Ralph?
Yo, what's going on, man?
What up,
Peace,
Ralph?
Ralph.
I
Good,
wouldn't
Ralph.
put Kobe top 5. Simple fact to me, the top 5 should be the 5 best players in each position. So it should be the best point guard, the best shooting guard, the best small forward, the best power forward, and the best center should be the top 5. That's my
All
opinion.
right. Well, I see Mel's in the background. He has Kobe everywhere. So let's go ahead and see what he got to say about this. All right, Mel. I'm gonna pose a question. You probably heard it, but if someone says Kobe Bryant is top 5, what is your stance for him being top 5 or not being top 5?
Well, first of all, you got to notice the LeBron stuff behind me too. You know what I mean? So all the great players.
I see more of Kobe though. I see more Kobe.
I mean, LeBron ain't got no books out. I got Kobe's. I got books back here, but I got LeBron's poster. I got 2 LeBron action figures. Man, LeBron's that dude too, man. So I just like basketball. I like great players, man. So I'm not a Kobe stan or LeBron stan or MJ stan. I just like basketball. So that's my thing, man. But salute all of y'all, man. I like y'all showing all that stuff, man. I like how y'all approaching it. But here's my thing about Kobe being top 5. It's 2 ends of the spectrum of how you grade it. Some people are all the way on this end with grading the paper resume and grading the player on paper, and then some people are grading just the player. So if you're a scout and you going to high schools to find out what player you want for your program, you're not going to go down there and ask for the stat sheet on how much they average. You're going to go down there and actually look at them and come back to your athletic director or your coach and say, this is his strengths and this is his weaknesses. And when you talk about it like that, Michael Jordan was, and a lot of players will vouch for this, was very close to complete on both ends of the floor with very few weaknesses. And Kobe Bryant was the same way. But when you grade out everyone, there's a lot of players that have more weaknesses than Kobe and Mike. And that's how some people look at it. But when you go to the paper resume, the argument for LeBron is going to be overwhelmingly better than Kobe's. The argument for Kareem is going to be better than Kobe's. The argument for Jordan is going to be better than Kobe's. But that's circumstances. That's not a indictment on him as a player. That's just the circumstances that was surrounding him that made the paper resume and his storyline look a little different. Or look a little inferior. So that's my thing. But I grade the player, and that's how I do it. So I do have Kobe top 5. I have him number 3 behind Kareem and Mike.
So you have LeBron where?
Probably 5.
Mel,
5. Okay.
Mel, let me ask you this: Kobe averages 6 points per game in high school. He's still getting drafted top 10 or 13th in the NBA?
No, probably not.
So how does a scouting report exclude stats?
Yeah,
I didn't say exclude stats. I said you're not going to grab.
No, wait. Yes, you did. You said a scouting report is going to give you their weaknesses, their strength. They're not going to tell you, give me the stat sheet. Matter of fact, they're not going to go visit you without seeing a stat sheet.
No, that's not
That's
true.
true.
No, that's not true.
Why would I go see you?
That's actually true.
Why am I going to go see? Why am I going to go see a player if I don't even know what he's doing on the basketball court?
If I need to know which player is better.
Well, to be fair, they can actually go and see a player if they're seeing someone else. They could be there seeing a player who don't have a lot of stats. So
honestly,
you can go and watch somebody play and then see somebody from the other team or see a teammate and be like, he wasn't on my radar. Who's that kid? That happens a lot too.
And you're gonna get the stats after that. You're gonna go get the stats for that kid.
I'm gonna speak on that as far as like from experience, like coaching high school. There's a program that's Max Prep, and you put in their stats and everything, and that's how a lot of colleges actually visit that website and look at their stats and everything, and then they come out and see them. So they do look at the stats. They look at everything.
Yeah. So when I said that is you're not going to come and grab the stat sheet and form a conclusion. You got to watch the player play. You have to grade the player. You're not grading the paper. Like if you had three players
I
and they
see
all
what you're
average,
saying.
if they all average 27, 7, and 7 in high school, you're not going to pick just based on those stats. You got to go watch them play and come back with strengths, weaknesses, and all of that thing. That's gonna weigh more than the stats because circumstances can be different. You can be on a team that runs an offense that's really all about you. Like when we seen LaMelo Ball being coached by his dad, and we seen him as a freshman or sophomore on varsity cherry picking at half court and jacking up like 50 footers, and I mean that's just hot dogging out there, right? You got to actually look at it and form your conclusions without just looking at the stats by itself and forming a conclusion based on that. That's just my opinion. But if you disagree with it, it's fine.
Yeah, and
It's
also to
both.
be fair, Melo, he's pretty damn good. So even though
Melo
he was
is pretty
cherry
good.
picking, he's pretty damn good.
But your stance and your basis is why people like Rashad McCants could go on television or go on streams and say the most idiotic stances, because if you're not using the stats, if you can't see the stats, I don't trust what you saw on the basketball court.
Well, no, so the way I do it, because if you have a trained eye, like say for instance right now, can you watch Ray Allen shoot free throws and know he's a good free throw shooter without knowing what his free throw percentage is? You probably can because wait. Let me finish.
You asked me a question. No, wait. You asked me a question. Don't ask the question and then you answer it. So I'm going to answer your question. I will know better and I will know more looking at his free throw percentage and the amount of free throws he takes in a game than me going at a game and seeing him shoot free throws. There's nothing about me going to a game, seeing him shoot free throws is going to tell me better than the stats. Again, if you're telling me your eyes are so great that you can see something during a game, you should be able to see it in the stats.
Shaq could shoot like 8 out of 10. Shaq could shoot like 8 out of 10 when you go see him, and then the next 50 games he's 4 out of 10.
Right, but B. Lee, but when you watch
you
Shaq,
gotta look at the stats.
Hold on. When you watch Shaq, free throws. Hold on, let me say this, Ralph. When you watch Shaq shoot free throws, if he's 8 out of 10, is that going to tell you he's a good free throw shooter, or you looking at his shot mechanics? You looking at his follow through. You looking at how it's inconsistent. You looking at how he's shooting different forms from one week to the other. That's going to tell you he's not a good free throw shooter, regardless of what that 80% might say if he's 8 for 10 that day. So sometimes what you see with your eyes is not validated by the stats.
What you're talking about will be What you be saying will be seen with the stats, because once you go look at the stats, you'll say, well, wow, he was 8 for 10 that one game I was there, but then you'll see he was 2 for 10 another game, and he was 4 for 12 another game, and he was 5 for 15 another game. You're gonna say to yourself, well, oh, now I saw the mechanics. Again, whatever you saw on the game, you're going to see it in these stats.
Not every time. Listen, you're not listening to what I'm saying.
I am listening.
You sound like
Rashad McCants.
Let me ask you a question.
You're not making no sense.
I'm not saying throw stats away. I'm saying you have to have a trained eye. With like put it this way: when Jerry West went to when he went to the he had a private workout for Kobe Bryant before the draft, and he had a bunch of pros in there, and they ran pickup. Jerry West was in there for about 10 minutes, and then he walked out. Right. He said, just looking at Kobe Bryant play, he already knew he was a star, and that's why Jerry West went and you can watch Soul Man and listen to Sonny Vaccaro talk about this. Adidas was signing Kobe, and Adidas wanted Kobe in a big market. So Jerry West, they went to him, was like, Jerry West, you got to see this kid. Jerry West went to go see him, private pickup. He saw that he was good in 10 minutes. Didn't even watch the whole pickup. Left him like, that's the guy we're drafting. And then they start putting newspaper articles in saying that if Philly takes him, he's going to go to overseas and play. And they was like putting just false information out there, so he would fall. And then they had made the deal with Charlotte and was like, hey, we'll give you Vlade Divac for that 13th pick, and we'll tell you who to pick right before the draft. And that's what they did. It was Kobe the whole time, and it was all set up with Sonny Vaccaro, Adidas, and the Lakers to make sure he landed in a big market, so Adidas could market him the way Nike marketed Michael Jordan. You know,
You
it's,
know,
but Jerry West, that I'm not saying throw stats away. All I'm saying is a trained eye can tell you something, and then you can go to the stats to validate what your eye told you. And if the stats don't validate what your eye told you, then you have to do a deeper dig. But if the stats do validate it, then you can come to a conclusion. That's my whole thing. You look at Ray Allen, he looks like a great shooter. His shot mechanics is good. His follow through is good. He was releasing at the right peak. All that is good. He must be a good free throw shooter. Oh, he shoot 97%. Boom, I can form a conclusion that he's a good free throw shooter. But if I see all that shot mechanics is good, and I go to there and he's a 70% free throw shooter, you're like, something's not right. What is missing? That my eyes is not matching the stats, and you have to do a deeper dig to find out what circumstances might be changing it. That's my whole thing. I'm not saying those stats away.
Okay. So Mel, on that, so if you've seen a player, say for instance, someone like George Mikan shooting granny free throws, and he make 8 out of 10, so would you just automatically say he's not a good free throw shooter, and we should not even trust him shooting free throws because he's shooting granny shots from the free throw line?
No, because John Barry shot granny shots, and if the follow through is good, it's all about the mechanics. If it's repeatable and you're doing it the same way every single time, because the first thing you're going to see with people who aren't that great shooter, aren't that good a shooter, sometimes they might be streaky, right? They're going to shoot differently sometimes, but the more you can get it looking the exact same every single time, that's showing me that the reputation.
Shaq shot the same time all the time, and he still missed.
Shaq changed his shot almost every year. It was a different. He had a shooting coach, and he was changing his shot almost every time. You remember the year against Sacramento when he was stepping over the line?
Free throws look the same all the time.
Mel,
a lot of bricks.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I'm gonna tell you this. You got some praise in the comments, so that means you must do your thing. But I'm gonna tell you this: if you're gonna tell me your trained eye says somebody doing an underhand free throw is a good mechanics, you're done for the show.
You never seen John Barry.
You're done. No,
you never seen John Barry.
Rick Barry was successful at doing it. Wilt Chamberlain was doing it, but that is not standard mechanic. That's not no scout.
It don't have to be. It don't have to be as long as.
But that's what you just hold on. So it's about the stats. It's not about the mechanics.
No, it's not. No,
yes.
No, can I ask Mel a question?
What's wrong with the granny shot mechanics?
Because when Wilt had the granny shot, he wasn't effective at it. So and it was
because he can't shoot.
So the mechanics have nothing to do with it. So that's what I'm saying.
It's not. Listen, Rick Barry, John Barry, whoever got the granny shot. If the follow through is there, and the repeatability is there, and the touch and the release is there,
where do you get that from an underhanded shot? How can you evaluate that somebody shooting underhanded, my friend? That you are not making sense at all. Let's let 30 seconds.
I mean, if it was, I just want to ask. I just want to ask Mel a question. Even if we take stats out of it, which everyone knows, what a lot of people try to mitigate. Let's get it out the way. From talking to players of all levels personally to watching hundreds of interviews and different questionnaires of players, everyone's used stats. Whether it be coaches, players, fans, everyone to some degree used stats. Even Rashad McCants, when him Patrick Beverly going back and forth, he mentioned his stats. When Gilbert Arenas get compared to guys like Manu Ginobili, the first thing they go to is his stats. Matter of fact, he goes to the same interview clips that A. Johnny was playing later in that same show, they was going over stats. So yeah, I do agree with Mel, is both, but to say people value one another is just disingenuous. And I will say this, Mel, even if we take out stats for LeBron and Kobe for comparison, right? Do you think Kobe Bryant controls more aspects of the game than LeBron?
No.
Okay.
Hold on. Was there two questions in there?
No, that was just one.
That was one question.
That was just one question.
Hold on, wait, Mel. We're gonna let Ralph come in because Ralph did want to say something. Go ahead, Ralph. Did you have something you wanted to say, Ralph?
Well, I mean, I do see what Mel is talking about. It's like, they do look at the stats. Also, they do when they do scout, they actually go watch the player. Like such, for example, DeMar DeRozan in college, I think he averaged only 9 points a game, and he was a lottery pick, and see how he turned out. So it goes hand in hand. Like they do look at the stats like when they're scouting players. especially like in high school and everything. They look at it and then they're like, all right, I got to go see this player and see how he plays and see his mechanics and see how he is getting these stats. Like he used the example for Melo Ball. Yeah, he was scoring in bunches, but look how he was scoring. Mel was saying, he was cherry picking. He was I think he scored like 90 what was like 92 points just
92,
based
96.
off of it was something like that. It was nothing but cherry picking like the whole game. So it's like, I think both of them go hand in hand, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny, am I saying your name right? Is it Johnny?
Yeah, it's A Johnny. Go ahead.
A Johnny? Okay. Yeah. So, but now let me answer Sturdy's question, but I wanted to respond to him. I just wanted to reiterate, I don't throw stats out of the window. I mean, you just can't do that. You can't do that, right? I don't throw it out the window, but I use stats to validate what my eye has seen on the floor, right? So but I do some circumstances your stats might, when you look deeper to it, your stats might be a product of you being a great player, but also a product of the position you play and the product of the system you play in, right? So that goes to Sturdy's question. Do I think that Kobe controls more of the game than LeBron? No, LeBron's a point forward. And he's played point guard some years with the Lakers. So just by position, the assist belongs to the point guard or the point forward. So if you're playing in a system like the triangle where you're supposed to be off the ball and there's an equal opportunity offense that deals around spacing and ball movement, right? Your assist numbers are not going to explode like a J Kidd or straight up point guard or point forward. Like even in the Warrior system, the assists belong more to Draymond than it belongs to Steph because of the style he plays. So I wouldn't use those assist numbers to say, oh, he's a better player because he averaged more assists. I just wouldn't do that. So it's always a reason behind certain stats. It don't mean that LeBron's not one of the top 10 greatest passers we've ever seen in the league. He is that. He is one of the greatest passers we've ever seen. However, his assist numbers are higher than MJ's and Kobe's just by him playing on the ball and controlling the game, like Sturdy said.
Well, I want to say this. I want to say no. Hey, Johnny, please. No. Hey, Johnny, come on.
No, wait. No. I'm gonna give
Johnny,
you the
please.
I know. I'm gonna give you the third.
I just want to respond. I have a perfect response.
We're not gonna have a back and forth. I'm gonna let you have the response. We're not gonna have a back and forth, but I can't do it. But go ahead, Sturdy. Finish up. Go ahead, please.
No, so it is there. I like guys like Mill because it's we can break down. Even if you take out on stats, LeBron is just a better player than Kobe. If you want to say Kobe is more skilled, even then, skill people majority of people when they refer to skill, they keep it more so on the types of ways you can score. When in reality, everyone on this panel know there's different aspects of basketball of skill besides just scoring. But even you just take away stats, right? LeBron is still the better player. Like Mel just contributed for him, his ability to control the game by being a better passer and a better facilitator than Kobe. That's one aspect. Him being a more dominant athlete and him able to optimize that by improving his finishing at the rim and over time throughout his career, improve upon his weaknesses by becoming a better mid-range shooter, becoming a better three-point shooter. He became a better scorer than Kobe. And then defensively, his ability to not only be a competent perimeter defender, but also the ability to be able to contest rims at the shot better than Kobe, be able to defend better in the post better than Kobe, be able to be a better defensive rebounder than Kobe, and a better offensive rebounder than Kobe. These are all things that without stats, I've seen both these guys' entire career that I can deduce that just by watching. So my last question is, Mel, you might understand this, right? If you have a player who not only control more of the game, do more, but proven do some of the things at a higher aspect, how can a guy who can't be better?
It just depends on how you grade it out. The way I grade it out, take Floyd Mayweather for instance with boxing. We could all say he mastered boxing. He mastered defense. He mastered striking and how he do all that stuff. He was a master. He mastered so much of boxing, right? But you take a Deontay Wilder who got that knockout power, he might have more knockouts than Floyd Mayweather, right? So some people, if Wilder wouldn't have started losing so many fights, some people probably would have argued, and they were arguing that he was better than Mike Tyson, and if he would have continued to win, that argument was going to come that he probably was better than Floyd or something like that. But I think Floyd was a masterful boxer, and the same thing with Same thing with Kobe. He was a master at his craft. And that's why the players respect him so much. And there was nothing that he was lacking. We can start pointing to things with LeBron as far as he's never been a good free throw shooter. He's never been a good mid-range shooter. His footwork is
that's not true because, like I said before, one, being 70% for your career don't mean you're a bad free throw shooter. That's number one. Number two,
make 7 out of 10 and make an 8 out of 10 isn't a huge difference.
That's not bad. Number one. Number two, like I said before, just by watching LeBron, forget the stats because the stats obviously debunk what you just said about his mid-range. But just by watching LeBron, you can tell, especially after the 2011 season, he worked diligently on his mid-range and his post-up. That's just by watching.
All right. Johnny,
it's still not reliable enough for him to.
All right, guys. Okay, all right, Sturdy. But Johnny, did you have something to say before we move on?
I'm gonna just say this: stats excluded. If there was a scouting report that showed you what LeBron James does on the basketball court at the age of 18 years old, the age of 22 years old, 25 years old, 28 years old, 30 years old, whatever part of his career, compare it to Kobe Bryant, he would have the better scouting report. At the end of the day, you said it right, Mel. It is your opinion. It is not based on nothing legitimately, nothing based on facts at all, and that's why you're done. Can we move on, please?
Yeah, we can move on. Can I respond, though, to that? There is a scouting report that was used on LeBron James for several of his finals appearances. It was called Go Under All His Screens and Allow Him to Shoot the Jump Shot. No one has ever allowed Kobe to shoot an open jump shot.
The scouting report was for Kobe is he's not going to get to the lane, so go over the screen because he's not going to be able to get to the lane. You can't let LeBron get to the lane. Let Kobe brick his little mid-range while LeBron's going to shoot 75% at the rim. You don't want that. So you go under for LeBron, even though LeBron doesn't even shoot that much less.
Yeah, one of his screens
No. Listen.
And you put him at the free throw line too.
Kobe put him at the free throw line. What? So him to hit 7 out of 10 or Kobe hits 8 out of 10?
Mel.
Wait, listen. It's a done deal for Mel. Mel tried his best. You got rooted on in the comments, but you have now been exposed by the exposer. Can we please move on? Because I'm going to show you exactly why Kobe Bryant fans are a problem, because McCants did the same exact thing Mel did, and I got a clip ready for y'all whenever you're ready for it.
You want me to play it?
Can I just say, I'll make it real quick. Johnny. Just please. That's like I said, Mel.
15 seconds.
No problem. That's why, Mel, I don't know why you keep less on the fact that LeBron worked on his weaknesses and improved on his weaknesses. That's why when the Spurs did in Game 7, they lost. They did everything you just said. They lost and he hit majority of his mid-range. That's what great players do. But go ahead.
All right, let's go ahead and move on. All right, I'm going to play the clip.
You got it?
Yeah. This one, right?
Yeah. That's mine. You want me to press play? It's on me, right?
Yeah, that's yours. That's yours.
Oh,
yeah, that's yours.
Right, okay.
But the question is this. When does reality kick in when we're having debates, right? Before Michael Jordan, there was someone on top, right? Whoever that was, they got pushed the fuck out. If Kobe's number 2, before he was number 2, who was number 2, right? They had to get put in. He had to move somebody out. So it ain't shitting on anyone's name because you don't mention them anymore or they move. Like Kobe was the next Jordan, right? He was the next Jordan. He was compared. There was times where he said, I'm 1A, he's 1B, right? The reason he's not in the GOAT debate anymore is because they have LeBron as the definite 2, right? So there's no, if they move Kobe to 3 in the debate, there's no point in even having that conversation because he can't collect stats anymore. So his stats ain't collectible anymore. So whatever his stats are, whatever his resume is, it's stopped. So if someone caught him, that's who gets put into the GOAT debate, just like when Kobe, whoever was in front of Kobe and he caught him, they don't talk about 3. So Michael would have been pushed out there.
So you heard what he just said? So Michael would have been pushed out, right? And he's going to say that Michael should have got pushed out because Kobe outscored him in all-time points, right? And this is what he's going to do. He's not going to listen to anything that Gilbert Arenas just stated about how Kobe ended up being number 2 and got pushed out of number 2. He's going to make up a whole nother argument and he's going to go left field with it because he can't accept facts. They can't accept the stats. They can't accept facts. They can't live in reality, but they want us to live in their fantasy land. We understand you're a Kobe fan, but we don't have to be a Kobe fan like you. So let's let Rashad McCants show you how Kobe fans debate Kobe being top 2 all time.
Correct. If someone caught him, no, because Kobe caught him and passed him. So he would have been pushed out. What year did anybody say Kobe was number 1? I'm not saying. I'm saying by your mention what you just said. I just said that. You said when Michael came in, he had to push somebody out. Mm-hmm. Then here come Kobe. So who would get pushed out if Kobe comes in? Michael. Number 2. That means number 2. No, I'm not saying number 2. If Kobe comes in as number 2. And then he came in the league as number 2? No, man, I'm just saying it's a conversation. Okay, but what I'm saying is, think about what I'm saying. If Michael Jordan is in the 90s, number 1, who's number 2 in the 90s of all time? Doesn't matter. It does. I'm saying what you just said. It does. So listen to what I'm saying. If this is Jordan, who's number 2? Because Kobe ain't in the league yet when Jordan's number 1. So who's number 2? That means whatever Kobe did.
So he just wants to argue. He doesn't have a real statement. He don't have nothing. He's basically saying, how did Kobe become number 2? He said Kobe was already number 2. How? Again, Kobe became great because of what he did on the basketball court. His stats, scoring 81 points, averaging 36 points, scoring 30 points in the Western Conference Finals, having that game when Shaq got fouled out and he goes ham, and I think he scored 40 points in that game. Nobody's talking about Kobe if Kobe's not scoring. You know why you guys never mentioned Kobe in the 90s? Because Kobe wasn't doing nothing in the 90s. His stats said he wasn't doing nothing. We don't have to. Kobe was the same athletic player, taking the same type of shots, but he was airballing. His form was the same. Everything was the same about Kobe when he came into the league, but his stats said he wasn't a good player. It wasn't until Kobe production showed that he was a great player. So it's all about what you do, not what you see. It's the production. Kobe Bryant's one of the greatest players of all time because of his stats, not because he jumps high or because he looks a certain way. If that's the case, Vince Carter is the greatest player to ever play the game. And that's my stance.
Hey, Johnny, can I respond to that?
All right, so let me go ahead and get to Mel. So I'm gonna bring up this is just advanced stats. I'm not sure how well you can see it. If we take all the advanced stats, can you explain to me why LeBron James clears Kobe Bryant in all these advanced stats?
What years is this?
Their whole career. So it will be 20 years for both of them.
Well, I can't explain that. I can take those 3 years that Kobe sat on the bench, and that's gonna take his stats down a lot. His first 3 years in the season.
Okay. A lot of it is basically averages, and he didn't play as much, so that shouldn't really affect his averages. So can you explain why LeBron James is complete 29-0?
If you a rookie and Coach Dale Harris don't play you and you average 7 points that season, that's going to bring all your averages down, right? So he had those 2 years, but remember, I do want to take it back to where Johnny said.
No. We're keeping it on advanced stats. So you're just saying that the reason LeBron James clears Kobe Bryant in every advanced statistic is because of his first 3 years?
I'm not saying every stat,
but it's everyone here.
Of course, for rebounding and assists, that's already self-explanatory, just by the play style and the size of the player and where they play at, their position and stuff like that. But as far as scoring and all that stuff, he's scoring like all his stats down the line. If you're not playing your first 3 years, and that's going to bring your stats down, especially even that after your Achilles injury.
Okay.
So he got years that brings his stats down.
Okay, that's cool. So explain all of these defensive stats while LeBron has cleared them at every defensive stat available in the game.
Which ones you want to talk about specifically?
Okay, all of them. Which one?
I mean, I can talk about all of them at the same time.
I mean, it's one. You could pick one. Why is LeBron James averaging more steals, blocks, defensive rebounds, more everything, postseason and regular season?
Would you say that means that he's a better defender than Kobe?
He's a more productive defender than Kobe Bryant
on paper, right? So you grade it on paper, but if you watch them play and you see Kobe get on the ball and pick somebody up 94 feet, including LeBron James, in the
He
All-Star
could not pick
game or
LeBron
wherever.
James in the All-Star game. He's playing half speed. Kobe Bryant could never pick up LeBron James for a whole game because he would go 2 for 20 because he would be exhausted guarding LeBron James the whole game. He would never do that. He guarded Carmelo Anthony for 5 possessions and said, "I can't do this no more," because Melo took him into the post. There's
Wait a
nothing
minute.
that he could
Yeah,
do.
but
Wait.
Carmelo had no ability to go
Where
in
do
the
you
post.
wait? Where do you see in LeBron's film that he can't guard somebody 90 feet?
I don't see it in the film that he can't do that.
All
LeBron's
right,
a great.
so how are you going to determine Kobe does it better than him?
Kobe's a better on-ball defender than.
How can you
LeBron.
determine it if you know they both can do it?
Because I'm watching him. I'm watching. I'm watching him because I watched him pick up people 94 feet.
So you say you never watched LeBron pick up nobody 90 feet?
I watched the assignments he took. What players he decided to guard.
I'm asking you a simple question, Mel. You've never seen LeBron. Hold on, you've never seen LeBron do the same thing. You've never seen that from LeBron. Wait, no. I need Mel needs to answer this because again, his eye test and what he's seen is so important for us to talk about. We need to know exactly what you've seen. Have you seen LeBron James do the same things you're saying Kobe Bryant done on defense?
Some of it, yeah.
Some of it. What has he not done that Kobe Bryant does on defense?
He hasn't took the assignments Kobe has taken. Like
what assignments are those?
Like locking up Kyrie Irving, or some locking up Jordan.
When he lock up Kyrie Irving.
When he lock up Kyrie Irving. Highlights he saw.
I mean, it can be games. I mean, this is what Kobe did.
I'm serious. When did he lock up Kyrie Irving?
Hold on, when we haven't seen Kobe lock up Derrick Rose, we haven't seen Kobe lock up Derrick Rose. No. Okay, we see Kobe lock up Paul Gasol. Hold on, we see Kobe lock up Paul Gasol.
Paul Gasol.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't play playoff.
Have you seen LeBron lock up Paul Gasol?
No.
Okay, good. That means that's why we don't trust your eye test. Let's continue, please, man.
What about Gilbert Arenas?
We don't trust his eye test. That's why your eye test is invalid, and you trying to think that you're a scouter is wrong, and you're wrong on Vote James Kingdom.
All right, so we're going to the offense, and the only thing totals averages that Kobe has over LeBron is free throw percentage. Kobe makes 8 out of 10. LeBron makes 7 out of 10. So how can you explain why LeBron James explain why Kobe Bryant is a better offensive player than LeBron James, even though the stats do not say it?
He mastered every level of scoring. He mastered it on the ball, off the ball, without the ball, in the post, in the mid range, at the free throw line, at the 3-point line. Every ball handling. He mastered all of those things. So when you grade him out offensively, yeah, you could look at those stats where he averaged 25 over a career and LeBron averaged 27. But like I said, those years that he sat on the bench behind Eddie Jones or whoever the Van Exel, because Dale Harris didn't want to play rookies, that'll bring his average down, right? If you take those 3 years out and you got those 37 point per game, all those scoring titles he got and all that stuff, he was a better scorer than 25 a game. It's just those first 3 years take his average down. But
if you take his first 3 years, he will be a better offensive player or a better.
No, I mean he's still the same offensive player. It's just when you're looking at it on paper and you're looking at the averages, you have to take into account those first 3 years. He wasn't able to do what he was able to do because of Dale Harris. But remember, everyone saw how good of a player he was. That's why he got voted in as an All-Star his second year in the league when he was coming off.
He got voted by the fans. That's completely different.
Fans like you.
Fans. He got voted by the fans. That's not by the NBA.
He was a legit All-Star. He was a legit All-Star.
How you a legit All-Star coming off the bench? Come on, man.
He would have never made the All-Star game if he did voted by the fans. So Kobe Bryant actually came up in his first two years. And his first 2 years, because they liked how he played like Jordan.
So can we say that LeBron has been getting voted in his last 3 years because the fans voted him in?
LeBron James has been an All-NBA player every time he was an All-Star game.
Right, but
Kobe Bryant was not an All-NBA player. He was not a top 15 player in the league. LeBron James has been a top 15 player.
You think LeBron James is top 15 this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
You think he's top 15 this year?
Top 10. Yeah.
Top 10?
Why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be?
That's
Can
interesting.
I ask
Same
Mel a
players
question?
better than him.
Hey,
Can I-
you said all that things about Kobe Bryant. Everything that you said about Kobe Bryant, LeBron could do. He got a post game. He got mid range. He got the triple threat. He can shoot from the 3-pointer. He can play off the ball,
I
on the ball.
disagree.
He can.
I
Of course, you
disagree.
disagree. But based on what?
He don't he
Based
play
on
with the
me.
ball. He don't score that well without the ball.
Well, how score what? What's the score? I thought you said we're not using stats.
He don't score that well without the ball.
How? We're not using. He does score without the ball. He can catch the ball and shoot, catch and shoot. He can.
He- not- not-
He can.
not-
He can cut. He can cut. He can cut.
Hold on,
He
in
can
Miami,
cut
he
to the
did.
basket. Listen, he can
No,
cut
no.
to the
Miami, he
basket.
scored
Listen,
very
he
well
can
off
cut
the
to the.
ball.
He can cut to the basket. He can run around screen, catch and shoot. He can
I
do
mean,
all of that. He can do all of
He
that.
played. He averaged 30 in year 19 off the ball. He averaged 30 points a game, and shot over 50%.
In year
Can I
19,
respond?
50-point games.
off the ball.
Can
The
I
year he
respond?
played point guard.
No, his
Who?
thing. Can I respond? Can I respond, please?
Go
So his thing, Mel. So like I like the male approach, but like my thing is, Mel, is here's what disingenuous lies, right? You don't acknowledge the things objectively for both sides. And as a guy up here who's not a LeBron or a Kobe fan, I do. So when Brandon asks the question, who's the better offensive player, I'm not just going to go by who's the most versatile scorer and leave it at that. Everyone knows on this platform that offense isn't just the way you score. And by the way, the only thing LeBron can't do throughout his whole career off ball is catch and shoot. That's it.
That's a
And
big-
he's a
that's-
good
that's a
streak.
big
No,
piece off ball, brother.
no, wrong. Got to finish because
yeah,
everyone
my
who
bad.
can I finish? Got to finish. So
Yes, sir.
because everyone who watches basketball and know basketball, right? You understand catch and shoot is like one of the many things to do off ball, such as screens, cutting, communicating. There's a few sealing your defender. There's a lot of things you can do off ball that is effective that will help your offense besides just catch and shoot. And when we seen LeBron in multiple systems, like Mike Brown, when he was going through Iverson cuts, you know what Iverson cut is. Like we seen in Miami, like we've seen in Miami, in a pistol horn set system where he has to operate off ball, especially when Dwayne Wade is on the floor. We've seen him do that. Even when they run pistol with Kyrie on the Cavaliers, and Kyrie's creating for himself, he also created a little at times for LeBron because LeBron off ball is either setting screens or having great cuts to the basket. So when Brandon asks who's the better offensive player, you can't just look at a way a player score. We have to look at everything they contribute offensively. And I didn't mention other things
but Sturdy, we got to understand how many alley hoops we seen LeBron James catch in his career. That is off ball. Just because LeBron James not catching and shooting like Stephen Curry from 18 feet or 22 feet, that doesn't mean it's not the same thing. They set a screen for LeBron to be able to catch an alley hoop.
Shoot music.
Look, listen, effective field goal percentage, which are just jump shots, Kobe Bryant, it has a less percentage than LeBron James. That's why you don't want to talk the stats. The stats say LeBron's a better offensive player, and the scouting report will tell you LeBron James is the better player. In transition, LeBron's the better player on the ball and off the ball. Everything that you mentioned, Kobe Bryant can do, LeBron James can do. The only difference is you're going to use stats to say Kobe is better. You're going to say he scored 81 points in the game. You're going to say he has the pivot foot switch around, all this. He can shoot with his left hand, right hand. LeBron could do all of that. LeBron has all those moves. He has a Euro step. He has everything. What are you guys talking about? For the last 20 years, the man didn't score 39,000 points because he didn't have a bag.
Yeah, LeBron definitely has a bag because he's a top 5, top 10 player of all time. Like that, we can't take nothing away from
he's
LeBron.
The GOAT. He is the GOAT. And your eye test doesn't change that. The eye test don't change that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to change what you think.
No, you're not trying to change it. You're not doing nothing. You've come up on our
I agree.
show and
Well, I'm just having a conversation.
We're not.
I'm just having a conversation, big dog.
Then don't be dishonest. Just say that this is a personal thing to you, just like McCants said, and you're not talking.
It's not
basketball.
personal to me.
It is
You're
not
I
talking
like basketball. I don't like.
No, he's talking basketball. He's talking basketball. No, he's talking basketball.
No,
My thing is,
because he's ignoring.
I'm not being contentious with you or nothing like that, man. I'm not raising my voice.
It's fine. Listen, you have to understand. This is what I do. This is who I am. This is what I do. Don't ask me to be somebody else. This is what I do. You have to understand, when you come here and ignore LeBron James' greatness and claim someone is greater than him, you are being disingenuous. You are being a liar. You're coming up here and lying. Your eyes don't see LeBron James' greatness because your mind cannot comprehend LeBron James's greatness. Everything that you're talking about says LeBron James is the greater basketball player, and you want to ignore that for personal reasons. Why should I sit here and waste hour 2 hours letting you explain your personal reasons about Kobe Bryant?
Because we all like basketball and we're having a basketball conversation.
No.
Do anybody else think I'm trying to deny the greatness of LeBron James? Do anybody else think that?
No, all right, Johnny. Like the reason why Mel is having a good touch on this particular episode because, like Rashad McCants, he's not being objective on both sides of the argument. So me personally, I enjoy not only the topic of this panel, but also Mel's company because I'm trying to understand that because like this is not my first time talking to Mel. Mel understands basketball. He's a fan of basketball for years. And my thing is he hasn't responded to anything I said in regards to his points, in regards to take away stats. There's more things LeBron does on the court, not only more, but better than Kobe Bryant.
He said it. He said he doesn't. To him, Kobe does more. He says the stats don't tell you that.
Kobe's a better offensive player and defensive player.
Yeah, he said that's what he said. He said Kobe's better on the basketball court.
No, he said Kobe's a more versatile scorer and a better on-ball defender. Those are two different things. We're saying he's a better offensive player and a better defender. We all know this.
Mel. Who's the better offensive player, Kobe or LeBron James?
Kobe.
Thank you.
Okay, who's a better defensive player, LeBron James or Kobe Bryant? All right, then he said it again.
Sturdy.
But there's more to it than that, though. There's more to it than that.
Mel, chill, relax. Sturdy just explained it. We are all deciding to show up on this panel to take our subjectivity and throw it aside. And if Mel, you cannot come up on here and understand what we do, you should have watched our show. This is what we do. We are not like these other people. Brandon doesn't sit here and tell you how much he loves Kobe. He'll tell you that Kobe's the third greatest player he ever seen, but he's not going to sit here and ignore the stats and ignore the facts that Kobe's not that dude. You can't do that. If you want to do that, that's fine, but you can't do it here. We want objective takes. We want people to be honest with themselves before you're going to tell us that you know how to talk basketball. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, you can't really talk basketball, my friend. That's just the facts.
Like for me, I have Kobe's the third greatest player I've ever seen play basketball, yes. But when I'm just ranking them players by their career, Kobe's not top 5. Right. Like, so there's no way you could put Kobe above Magic Johnson. Like, how can you put Kobe above Magic Johnson?
Because he's a better player than Magic. So let me say this,
How's he a better player than Magic Johnson?
So
that's what I'm saying. You just
remember
can't
when
say
I first
like
came
how.
on here. Remember when I first came on here, I said there's two ends of the spectrum. There's one end where you're grading the player, and there's one end where you're grading their resume, their paper resume. So on paper, someone can look better, but circumstances really play a big part in your paper resume, like showing up to a team that already had Kareem, and then you get James Worthy. That's going to change your that's going to be different. Now, showing up to a team where your coach decides not to play you because he got
he wasn't good enough yet. He was a teenager. He was 17.
Well, I interviewed Corey Blunt on my podcast, right? Corey Blunt played with Michael Jordan with the Bulls. He played with Kobe with the Lakers, right? He coached at Cincinnati, and he coached my best friend there during the time where LeBron was coming up there. So he got a good look, and he got a great perspective on all three of those guys, right? He would not agree with what you just said, that Kobe wasn't good enough and he wasn't ready his rookie year. He said Kobe was 100% ready, and Jerry West would also agree with that as well. So Jerry West and Corey Blunt both say Kobe was ready. It was 100% on Dale Harris, and that's why Dale Harris got fired, and that's why Kobe was selected as an All-Star his second year in the league, coming off the bench. Right. So,
Mel, can I correct you for a second?
Man, that's All-Star game. Let's just get away from the fans voting Kobe Bryant in as all. The coaches would not have voted Kobe Bryant in.
He said Corey Blunt. So Corey Blunt is going to be the officiator that's going to let us know that automatically Kobe was the
only one that played right there with Kobe when he came in. He could tell you.
No,
everything.
He wasn't, because at that same time, none of those players who was playing with Kobe wanted him there. You said that Shaq, Magic showed up with Kareem. Well, he showed up with Shaq. He showed up with 2 other All-Stars. He had 3 All-Stars on that same team. And he didn't have the same success that Magic had. Again, if we go through the scouting report at 18 years old, Magic was better. Just off the scouting report.
Well,
That's just
can I make a
facts.
correction? Can I make a correction? Well, Jerry West said another reason why he's fortunate and glad Kobe Bryant got the opportunity to draft and trade for Kobe Bryant is for him to learn from those vets his rookie year. Jerry West understood that he had two all-star caliber players on the roster already. That was intentional. So his rookie year, he wasn't good enough to play. That was intentional. And there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand why a lot of Kobe Bryant fans try to justify that great move by Jerry West. Yes, I'm gonna get a high school player, put him around all-star pros for him to learn after his rookie year. That's not a detriment. That made him great. Matter of fact, Kobe Bryant said himself, he used his rookie season to make him more hungrier. So I don't understand, like, what's the need to even explain the circumstance of it, where it didn't even have no effect on Kobe Bryant's Hall of Fame career.
Because Kobe Bryant should have went to college, so he'd have been a lottery pick. That's all I'm saying.
He was a lottery pick. Lottery pick is
I'm just saying.
Sturdy, can I correct one thing?
A lot of okay, Mel. Okay, a lot of players say things that are kind of ridiculous. Like Steven Jackson said he was a better player than Vince Carter, than Ray Allen, than Manu Ginobili. Players say a lot of things that just don't make sense.
McCants said something crazy. That's why we have a show today, because of McCants.
Yeah, McCants, he think he was a star. He think if he played in the playoffs, he wouldn't lose because he was that dog. But he never made it to the playoffs to even play in the playoffs. So players do say things that do not make any sense all the time. So Corey Blunt, he played for the Bulls. I remember him playing. He didn't get much clock, but still, I never made it to the NBA. So I'm not gonna say Corey Blunt don't know what he's talking about. He played with both of them, but stating that he's better than Eddie Jones at 17 years old, I can't buy that.
He did cook Eddie Jones in those workouts that Jerry West watched him in. He cooked a lot of.
Even Kobe Bryant in the interview said himself he wasn't good enough to get Eddie Jones to his second year. He just wasn't good enough his rookie year. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but
you just said Jerry West didn't even spend 10 minutes watching Kobe work out, and now you're gonna say he watched him burn out Eddie Jones. That was
the pickup game. But that was the pickup game when he decided that he wanted to draft him. But there was also pre-draft workouts as well.
This is why the exposure
it's not the same thing. But Sturdy,
liars.
All right, Mel, you're not going to have a conversation with Sturdy on our show. That's just not going to happen. Like you guys have, responded back and forth with them. So you're going to have a conversation with me and the judge. So Sturdy, it's cool. You can always chime in, but you guys not just going to go back and forth because.
For sure, I respect that, Lee.
So it's cool.
Yeah, my bad, Lee. I respect it.
No problem. No problem. But just like we're saying, like there's hard for us to make basically a conversation for Kobe being the top 5 players when you look at someone like Magic Johnson in his era. He dominated his era, him and Larry Bird. But basically, Magic Johnson dominated that era better. And Kobe Bryant, you put him in the 2000s. Right. He didn't dominate his era better than Shaq or Duncan. So that's hard to. He has the same amount of MVPs as Shaq, and he doesn't have 3 Finals MVPs. The same with Duncan. Duncan has 2 MVPs and 3 Finals MVPs, and both of them would dominate in their era. Kobe scored a lot of points. Tim Duncan was more well-rounded with what he did than Kobe Bryant. Most people would say Tim Duncan was the 2000s era. Most people would. Kobe fans would say Kobe because they like how Kobe played basketball. But when you're looking at the numbers, and you have to look at stats, there's no way you could not look at stats and not say someone was better in the era. Because if that's the case, why wouldn't Robert Horry be in the Hall of Fame if you're not looking at stats?
Vince Carter's the best player ever, man. Nobody look better than
Vince if you're not looking at stats, we just can't say our eye test, because my eye test shows me that LeBron James is a better player than Kobe Bryant. Your eye test says that Kobe's is better than LeBron. Like, we can't go off an eye test because everyone's eye test is different. My eye test is completely different than yours.
Yeah, but Lee, but if you said that when I see Kobe play and when I see LeBron play, if I see that LeBron is the better player, a person like me would say, okay. I disagree, and then I would leave it at that. Like, I wouldn't try to change your mind because they're both great players, and I think they're both top 5 at the most, and at the very least, both top 10. Right. So I wouldn't argue with that about you, because I like basketball more than I like the men that play basketball. I'm not a man fan. I love basketball. I'm addicted to it. I played it my whole life, so I can't not talk basketball. I love coming to. I came on this panel just to talk with people that's talking basketball on a Sunday morning,
cool.
not to argue with y'all. Not to argue with y'all. So I'm not trying to change nobody's mind or convince nobody that Kobe should be anywhere. I'm just having the conversation. That's it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So basically,
can I respond to the Magic thing though?
Okay, go ahead.
So with the Magic thing, yeah, Magic came in. Him and Bird changed the whole landscape of the NBA. That era, Magic and Bird did run that whole era. Magic went to 9 finals, or maybe even more than that. Maybe
8 in the 80s. 8 in the 80s.
Yeah, so he went to a lot. He won 5 of them. You know, great player, right? He played with Cap, who was another great player. I get it, right? So what Magic did for the game is more than what Kobe did for the game, for sure. But when you grade the players, Kobe's going to grade out more. But when you grade the resume, Magic's resume is going to blow Kobe's out of the water, right? So how do you reconcile with what you said, that when you look at players, Kobe is a top 3 player that you ever seen, and then you say that his resume might be, if you just grade his resume, it might be what, top 12 maybe? Top 12 resume is a lot. It's probably 10 or 11 resumes better than Kobe's. So what do you put the 3rd best player you ever seen with the 12th best resume? How did it fall out on a GOAT list? And to me, he comes up higher than what his resume is based on how good of a player he is, because how good of a player he is a bigger gap between some other greats than it is that their resume is a bigger gap than his resume. So that's how I marry the two. And I think the gap between him and Magic as a player is bigger than the gap between Magic's resume between his.
Okay, okay, go ahead, Travis.
Oh, didn't want to interrupt. First of all, Mel, I love the way you speak in general. You lay out everything, your points very clearly. And it's easy to understand and talk about. So props to you. Quick question though. So let's say from 03 to 2010, if you had 2 players lined up, you didn't know who they were, no names attached, just their stats, and one player cleared the other in offensive, defensive, win shares for 48 PER, points per game, assists per game, blocks per game, just in every single stat you can measure, including shooting splits. And that was from Kobe's absolute peak, or one peak, I should say, 03 to 10, before statistically he started trailing off. Who would you say is a better player?
If we taking the advanced metrics,
any metric, any statistical metric you can measure.
And so now we're grading the paper resume. I mean,
why y'all keep asking about stats, man? The man don't use stats. Stop asking about stats. Oh,
I do use stats. I do use stats. I use stats to validate what my trained eye tells me.
Your trained eye did not tell you. The stats did not tell you what your trained eyes tell you.
So just let's ask the Travis question.
Who would I take, Kobe or LeBron? That's what you asked me.
What player would you take if no names were attached? But you saw
if no names were attached, and I seen. Yeah. Man, that's a tough question. T Perfect. Like I wouldn't pick a player based just off what I saw on paper. I really wouldn't, because if I'm trying to build a team, I have to build a team that's go with my identity or how I want to run an offense. Like you couldn't have Phil Jackson run a 5-man out offense with high screen and roll like the way they do with Luka and James Harden. That drives Phil Jackson's nuts. Phil Jackson is going to put you in a triangle. So I'm more on that. I'm more of equal opportunity offense, and not one person setting everybody up with 5-man out, and I'm not utilizing the post and the mid range and stuff like that. So I wouldn't pick a player that needs the ball at the middle of the floor with 5 men sending it 3-point lines, running high screen and roll. I'm not saying nothing that is against that. My offensive philosophy, I just couldn't do it. So
basically you're saying Kobe was only successful with Phil.
That's
basically what it sounds like.
You can say
so
that.
he was only successful.
That's not what I was. That's not what I'm saying. But I think
that's basically what it sounds like. You said that he couldn't do anything. You wouldn't want Kobe to do more because he couldn't do more when he had other coaches. But when he was with Phil and he had to do less, that's when he was better.
No, that's not what I was saying. I was asking T Perfect question about.
I know, but that's basically what you said though.
Picking a player based off the stat line. I wouldn't do that. I would have to see a player play to see if he's going to fit my offensive philosophy first.
Well, Mel, what you just described was he described LeBron. No, he just described he just described LeBron.
Leave it alone, Sturdy, please, leave it alone.
No, Johnny, he just described LeBron as a player who can play in multiple situations.
He plays everywhere. Just give him the ball and he'll figure it out. You give LeBron the ball, he'll figure it out. Kobe Bryant, according to Mel, needs to be in a perfect situation with Phil Jackson as his coach, or with a dominant big man like Paul Gasol and Shaq. So without those players, but then without those coaches, Kobe Bryant is what? Not getting out the first round?
What? So I wouldn't.
All-Star 98. Don't forget he's an All-Star 98 as well without that.
So I wouldn't describe it the way you did, Billy, because what you just described is a player who is playing for a coach that has a philosophy and a system with other players that can utilize their skills and talents as well. So if I have a dominant big man, the better I am as a player as a wing to mesh with that, you're gonna have to be highly skilled, because some players in this era can't play with a dominant big man in the post because they need the lane wide open so they can utilize high screen and roll and do their drive and kick. That's what Luka is doing. That's what Harden has done his whole career, and it's really hard to win that way. And it's really a good thing that LeBron was able to find ways to win playing such an inferior offensive style. That goes to his greatness. Luka can't win that way. Harden can't win that way. LeBron somehow was able to figure it out and win that way because he was actually playing lockdown defense on one end when he was in Miami, but also because he had a super team. You in order to make that offense work. Yeah, in order to make that offensive play style work, you have to be a top 5 player like LeBron is, but you also have to have somebody like Wade and Bosh on your side, because that's a very hard way to win. And Kobe
Mel, you're being disingenuous about this aspect. Number one, believe it or not, in 2009, the Lakers broke out of the triangle offense to run a more horn set because Jeff Van Gundy made sure Dwight was in a deep drop defensive pick roll coverage. So let's get that out the way. Number two, like I said,
who was the coach in 09?
Phil Jackson, and they was going against Van Gundy, Orlando Magic. So back to what I was saying. In regards to LeBron, right? What you just described, LeBron, he didn't win. That was not the only way he won. Like I keep reiterating to you, they ran pistol in the Miami Heat. It wasn't just 5 out. They ran piston on the Cavs when he came back with Kyrie. Wasn't 5 out. They ran pick and roll, and especially with the Lakers, they ran pick and roll primarily with Anthony Davis, and they didn't have the shooters to run 5 out. So that's why I'm confused. Is like that's the thing. Even take away stats. No, I know. That's what I know, John. But I'm saying,
please. Listen,
yeah. So you go to the Lakers.
Wait, Mel. Brandon stated that you stated that he needed that system. Then you went on this.
I didn't say that.
Oh, wait. I know that. Then you
that's
went
false.
on this. Okay, again, listen and pay attention.
But that's false. You already started out.
Again, I know that. I'm not. Listen again to what I'm telling you, how we got to this point. Brandon stated that you rebutted with a whole soliloquy about how Phil Jackson forced this offense on Kobe Bryant.
That's false. I didn't say that.
Hold on, wait. That he has this.
Yeah, but that's false. I didn't say that.
Wait. He has this shared.
But that's false.
Again,
I didn't say that.
He said he had again. So why did they run the triangle offense, Mel?
That's Phil Jackson's offense.
Okay,
that's
so stop.
offense.
So stop right there. So stop.
Hold on.
Stop.
I didn't say that. I didn't say
You're
that.
saying Phil Jackson is forcing them to run the triangle.
I didn't say that.
So why didn't they run another offense?
I whatever you saying B said, I said. I didn't say.
Again, why didn't the
I was
Lakers,
answering Steve Perfect's question.
Again, I'm answering.
I was asking his question.
Brandon, please let me, because I want to speak.
Okay, go ahead. Go, because, all right, Mel, you keep interrupting Johnny. I'm going to have to remove you from the studio. All right, go ahead, Johnny.
Again, You stated Phil Jackson has an offense that's what he wants to run. The triangle offense, that's the shared offense that spreads the ball out, that allows players to play differently. And Kobe can't really. He's the most effective that way. His job is just to score. He doesn't have to rebound. He doesn't have to assist. He doesn't have the responsibilities of a Luka, LeBron, and all these other players that you mentioned. And you said that those guys couldn't win other than LeBron. Now, the whole disingenuous part of that comment is that you are telling us that there are no other offenses or coaches that run a shared offense where they allow everybody to have the ball and it's a friendly offense. That is actual basketball. This is what you Michael Jordan and Kobe fans don't understand. The style of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant is not the true style of basketball. It is not winner friendly. It's not team friendly. So the triangle, as Brandon stated, is the only way they can truly be effective in winning, because it's the only offense that those two guys can actually still score in and their team can still be involved. And that's why the triangle was important for Kobe and for Michael Jordan. So at the end of the day, you are proving our point by what you're saying is legitimately Kobe Bryant's effectiveness is only under one system, one style of coach, one way. Other than that, he doesn't win. That's why you're not going to mention none of the years without Phil Jackson, the same way you're going to do it with Michael Jordan. Because the only reason those guys win is under a system. They are not versatile as much as you want them to be. They may be versatile scorers, but they're not versatile players, which is what Sturdy is trying to explain to you. Outside of scoring, they're not versatile. You cannot say we're not going to run the triangle and win. That's not going to work. That's not going to work with Kobe Bryant. That's the point. So you're sitting here telling us all of this, and we've heard this 100 times from 100,000 Kobe fans, and you guys are all wrong, and you are disingenuous on purpose, and that's why I call you guys liars. That's why I'm confrontational, because I don't set up a Sunday afternoon show to let fans like you, who probably don't have a team that you watch on a day-to-day basis, don't you sit here and watch highlights. That's why you said Kobe Bryant shut somebody down for 90 feet. You're going to bring up Kyrie Irving and not mention him shutting down Dwayne Wade or other moments, because you don't know. You only know highlights. You guys really don't take your time out to talk basketball correctly. And this is what the show is about. We want to talk about basketball correctly, not just talk it. I don't care what you feel. No one cares what A. Johnny feels. Brandon doesn't care what I think or feel. He knows that I come up with objective takes. That's what you need to do if you're going to come up here on GOAT James Kingdom. You have spit up a lot of stuff from 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and it's all subjective things, how you feel. Mel, no one here cares how you feel. That is the truth, brother. This is GOAT James Kingdom. This is not nothing else but that, bro. We want you to be objective. Can you at least do that? Can you separate that and be objective today? Can you just look at the stat sheets today?
That's objective, just looking at the stat sheets. I mean, if that's how you do it, you do it like that. I explain how I do it. I don't form conclusions by looking at stats, because there's always circumstances around why that stat exists. Like I said, if someone averaged 10 assists, you got to ask why. Oh, are you the point guard? Okay, that makes sense. That's your job, right? Are you the point forward? Okay, that makes sense. That's your job. But if someone's averaging 5 assists or 6 assists like Michael Jordan or Kobe, all right, why are you averaging 5 or 6? Are you the point guard? No, they're not. They're off guard, and they're playing in the offensive system where it's equal opportunity sharing. And someone like Scottie Pippen, Tony Kukoc, Ron Harper, Derek Fisher, Lamar Odom, they were point forwards and point guards for those teams and those offenses. So you're not going to see an explosion of assists from a guy like Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. That wasn't the philosophy. Could they do it? Yes. We seen Michael Jordan play point guard before Phil showed up. I think they put him at point guard for the last, 15, 20 games of the season. And he averaged a triple-double with 33-point triple-double. He did that, so he could play that way. But the thing about Phil Jackson, if you watch The Last Dance or you watch any Phil Jackson interviews or Michael interviews, they actually didn't think that was good winning basketball to have your best player also be your primary, your primary scorer be your primary facilitator. Because now what that leaves, there's only so many jobs on offense.
He was under 500. That's why he was under 500.
It's only so many jobs you can do on offense. Either you're going to be the point guard or the facilitator or the primary scorer or a post player. And most times in this era, they're taking the best player like Luka and they're giving all 3 jobs to him. And that leaves nothing for his co-star but to be secondary in almost everything. Right. And then for the role players, that leaves nothing for them but catch and shoot. Right. So it's very tough to do that. And that's why you see the ups and downs with the Mavs with Luka. They can't really get it going. Right. Because that's a tough offense to play in. your primary scorer being the guy that's facilitating for everyone. And Phil knew that right off top, and he showed that to Mike, and Mike was like, okay, I try it out, and he liked it. And then the triangle offense became what it was, and then he took it to the Lakers, and taught the same thing to Kobe. Now they're capable of going out and trying to do what LeBron does, and they probably had similar numbers. I think LeBron would be better at it than them just because he's a naturally a better passer, and he wants to facilitate. Mike and Kobe wanted to score, so it was a little different. But they could get those numbers, but it wouldn't be that successful. Yeah, you're right about that. So
they would not win. LeBron won that way. They would not win that way. They couldn't even get above 500.
He didn't win that way in Cleveland. He had to go to Miami, and he had to surround himself.
He was successful in the playoffs. He was in the finals. He was making runs. Those guys.
Hold on, B. So was Luka and James Harden. When you're a great player,
you just went on. You can't keep cutting us off after you just went on for this whole time, bro. You gotta chill. I understand you got your own program. If you want to do that on your program, go do it. But when we start speaking, you need to silence yourself. Now listen. You just stated all this stuff about responsibility and what a player is responsible for on the basketball court, depending on their position and style of play. So from that, I would state that you believe Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan are better scorers than LeBron James. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, so can I say, well, because their responsibility is to just shoot the basketball, they don't have to do nothing else on the basketball court. That's why you can consider them a better scorer than LeBron James, because LeBron James has to do more than just scoring. If LeBron just had the only responsibility to score, he would be a better scorer than both of them. Would I be wrong by stating that?
Yeah. I wouldn't agree with that. With the first thing when you said that their only responsibility is to score, that's false. They also
That's what you said. That's what you said.
They also pass and facilitate. Now
no, they don't. No. They don't bring up passing when they don't pass and facilitate as good as LeBron does. So LeBron scores. Wait. LeBron scores better. Wait. LeBron scores better. No. Again, you stated that they play in a system that requires opportunities for cool coach and all these other players to get assists, and that their main role is to score the basketball. That's what they did great. That's why they're better scorers than anybody else in NBA history. So you're using their position and their style of play to make them better. But while LeBron James' style of play would say he's a better facilitator and a better and a better playmaker, you want to absorb him from that. So why can't we absorb their scoring only because that's the system they played in that made them scorers? Why are they better than LeBron in scoring? Listen. Why are they better than LeBron in scoring? Because of a system that made them a better. The same way you're saying LeBron's only better at passing because of a system. Do you understand the question? Do you understand the question?
That's not what I said.
Yes, that is what you said. You basically said LeBron's system is to pass the ball, so that's why he gets the assist that he gets. Again, Kobe Bryant plays in a system that allows him to shoot the ball and score more, but you allow that to make him a better scorer. Why is it okay for a system to make Kobe the better scorer, but a system can't make LeBron the better passer?
So you're starting your premise with one thing and then it's not really matching, because I never said that the system makes them a better scorer or a system makes LeBron a better passer.
I can't let you talk no more, bro. You're done, bro. I can't. You're doing this Rashad McCants thing. You're not listening. We're using your own arguments. This is why you guys get recorded. This is why we go live. Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. You will soon see why this guy Mel will be exposed by GOAT James Kingdom. This guy here is a special breed of Kobe Bryant fans. Ralph, you are right. Kobe Bryant fans are the worst fans in basketball. Straight up and down, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, so
all right, Bill.
I never said.
Okay, that's cool. You're saying that LeBron's a better passer than Kobe and Jordan, and it's not because of their system, right?
No, he's a better passer. Period. That's just natural.
Period. All right. So,
I'm not saying the system is making him better.
Okay, and then you said James Harden and Luka could not did what LeBron James did and made it deep in the playoffs because they ran the offense and they scored the most points. So
no, that's not what I said.
Oh my God!
I said you did say that. Because I said LeBron James is the only player to.
What did he say, Ralph? Hold on, What did he say, Ralph? No. Ralph liked to defend these guys. Ralph, what did he say, Ralph? What did we hear wrong, Ralph? What did he say, Ralph?
Nah, I've been listening. He didn't say that. what he was saying is like what Luka and Harden was doing. It's not it's not translating like how LeBron did it. That's
No, he didn't
what
say
he's
that.
saying.
He didn't say
No,
that.
he did say that.
That's
He
he
did
did
say no. He
Okay.
did say that. But that's not what Brandon is saying. He's saying what Brandon is saying. He's saying that those guys are the system, like LeBron James, and LeBron James is the only exclusion to someone winning under that system. He's still talking about a system that requires a player to be the main scorer and the main facilitator. What he's saying is that Jordan and Kobe Bryant didn't play under a system that required them to be both. That's the argument here, Ralph. Is that not the argument, Ralph?
No, what I said earlier was that Kobe and Jordan could not do what LeBron James could do: run the offense, be a point guard, score the most points, and make it deep in the playoffs. And he said that's not true because Luka and James Harden did the same thing. That's not true because that's what you said.
That wasn't my
That's
answer
what you
to
said.
that. So
Yes,
can I
you did.
can I explain to
You brought up those two. You brought
I
up
did
those
bring
two.
those.
No,
Mel.
So
you
name a
explained it so
player.
well. I want Ralph to
Name,
keep talking for you because Ralph said that you said stuff that we didn't say, and I want
Yeah.
Ralph to explain it better because Ralph knows how to talk to us. You can't talk to us.
That's
Ralph is going to be
a
able.
good
Ralph
move.
is
That's
going
a
to
good
be
move.
able.
Johnny. I would do
Ralph
that
is going to be able to
too.
explain.
I just
Let
explained
Ralph
would do that
explain
if
it
I was
better
you
to you.
too.
No, you
No,
got to
I
help.
wouldn't let me
That's
talk
why
if I was you
Ralph.
too.
That's why Ralph is here too. Ralph needs to help you. Ralph needs to help you. Go ahead, Ralph.
Yeah. That's exactly what I would do if I was you.
No, Ralph. Ralph, please go, Ralph. It's Ralph.
You want me
Ralph's
to go
turn.
as what?
Yes. Yeah, no, I want you to
Okay.
help us understand Mel's stance since you said
Hold on,
that
I'm lagging.
we missed.
I,
Don't start that now, Ralph. Don't do that TikTok stuff to me, Ralph. You're here to do your job. Come here and explain to us
TikTok stuff. What are you talking about?
Don't tell me you're lagging. You said that Brandon and I took this man's
No,
words
I
out of
am
context.
lagging.
No,
He is like,
don't lag. Don't lag.
He literally
yo,
said,
hey, John, you
lag.
can't control that,
Tell
bro.
myself
No. So that's why y'all need to sit down and let this man get exposed on himself. He seems to be a grown man that can explain himself. Brandon and I both got ears. We got headphones.
Right,
We heard what the man said.
Let me finish.
We've been letting Mel talk, and then y'all gonna tell us that everything he said that's not what he said. Everything that he said, we replied to it, and y'all say he's not saying that. Stop it. We let the man talk. We let the man speak. Go, Brandon.
All right. So what I was saying prior that the reason that Jordan was not successful as LeBron James is at running the offense and being, the best defensive player on the team as well is because Michael Jordan was under 500 and Kobe couldn't do that either. That's why he had to play in the triangle offense because he just wasn't that type of player. And no one can do what LeBron James has done and make it deep in the playoffs just like LeBron James has done. No one could run the offense, be the best scorer, be the best defensive player, and win titles like LeBron James. And that's why we are saying LeBron James is the greatest because we've never seen nobody do what LeBron James has done before. We've seen Michael Jordan score a lot of points. We've seen Kobe Bryant score a lot of points. We've seen LeBron James score a lot of points. But we have never seen a player like LeBron James who could lead the team in every single aspect of the game and still win. And still win titles. You said Luka did it. You said James Harden did it. Neither one of them could be the best player on their defensive team. They're not great defensive players. All they did was pass the ball and shoot. So bringing up Luka and James Harden, I don't even know why that was even brought up by you because they're not. That's not even close. They could not do what LeBron.
To be fair, he said that.
You would know why I brought them up if you let me actually explain it. You would know why I brought them up.
No, Mel, you said that. Man, I once said that. He said that. No, Brandon, he did say that. He mentioned,
bro, listen, man. I honestly, guys, you guys got to understand. When people sit here and tell me that Brandon and I created a show to allow guys to have a conversation that we don't let y'all talk, one, and two, that when y'all say something, we actually didn't hear it, or we misinterpret it, or we're not taking it. We're listening. We heard everything Mel has said. Not only we heard it, it is recorded. It will be replayed for you.
It definitely is recorded. I'm looking at T Perfect's body language, and I'm listening, and I'm looking at
T Perfect is used to
down here.
They're used to this.
They're very quiet, and they're paying attention.
They're paying attention. Wait.
Mel, I'm paying attention too.
They're seeing the difference between someone who can intelligently speak about basketball and someone.
Oh, don't do that, Mel. Mel, don't do that. Mel, don't do that.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
I know.
You see what I'm
Mel,
saying?
I understand, but let's keep it respectful for everybody.
I bring it out of everybody. Wait. I bring it out of everyone. I bring it out of everyone who is subjective. Everyone who can't talk basketball objectively. I asked the man, can you please be objective for us today? He can't do it. He can't spend 30 minutes to an hour of his life on GOAT James Kingdom talking about basketball objectively.
But your idea of being objective is agreeing with you, though.
And yet have the nerve to call somebody intelligent or not when your intelligence is not even good enough for you to be objective. Your intelligence is not even good enough for you to see the stats and actually comprehend that what you saw in the game, what Kobe Bryant was doing in 1998 was not great. He was not nothing special. That's why Eddie Jones was better than him. Eddie Jones had a better bag than him. Eddie Jones was the better basketball player than him. When Brandon comes up, I'm going to show you a graph how Kobe Bryant had super teams. LeBron James never played with 3 All-Stars on the same team with him. Never. LeBron James never played with the league MVP. Kobe Bryant has played in 12 NBA seasons with an All-NBA player on his team as a teammate. LeBron's never had that long. That's twice as much as LeBron James' career. They played the same amount of years. LeBron James has more points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals. Any metrics you want to go by, including your silly scouting report, says LeBron James the better basketball player. But you can't accept it because why? How you feel. So I'm supposed to sit here and say, okay, I don't know you for nothing. Why do I care how you feel? I got friends that tell me the same nonsense you're telling me today. I don't care how you feel.
Johnny, I don't have a feeling attached to this. I don't have any emotions attached to this. I just like basketball.
No, you don't. What's your team? What's your team? Wait. What's your basketball team? What's your basketball team?
I don't have a basketball team. I just
then you don't watch basketball. You are done.
I just like basketball.
You have now been exposed by the exposed.
I just like
you
basketball.
You are done. You don't. Exactly.
Hey, Johnny, come
you
on,
don't. Hey, wait, Brandon, bring up my graph, please, Brandon. Bring up my graph.
It's too much emotion tied to it.
It's not. No,
it's
it's not.
Basketball, man. It shouldn't be this much emotion tied to basketball.
Wait, you're using the wrong.
Too much emotion.
It's called too much exposure attached.
No, it's too much feelings and emotion, man.
Listen, here we go.
Look at T Perfect. Look at T Perfect. That's a man I can have a conversation with.
Of course, he's a Kobe Bryant fan.
I can even have a conversation with Sturdy, and me and Sturdy don't agree on everything.
That's fine.
Sturdy, I appreciate you, brother. We don't even agree on everything, but look, that's no.
If you want,
and B Lee as well. Me and B Lee is disagreeing as well, but this is a guy I can have a conversation with.
Oh, so you're gonna try to turn my partner against me? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm not turning him against
you.
Wait. You can talk about Travis because he's a Kobe Bryant fan. You can talk about Sturdy because Sturdy's a guest. I'm not gonna talk disrespectful to Sturdy because Sturdy comes here and be objective. I can understand Sturdy if he was going to be subjective for a minute.
Like I said, objective to you means agreeing with you.
Stop cutting me off, bro. This is not your show. Brandon, I can't take people cutting me off, bro, because I'm cooking. I'm really cooking.
You're not cooking, bro.
Johnny,
you really not cooking.
Mel, come on, man.
All right, big dog. My bad.
All right, go ahead, Johnny.
My bad. Hey, what's your definition of a super team, Johnny? Because I got a definition that applies across the board.
I don't use.
Come on, Johnny. Just go ahead with your graph. Bell, stop interrupting.
I don't do super teams.
You just said Kobe Bryant played on super team. What's your definition of a super team?
I said
no, Mel. That's a thing on the show. It's like people use like the thing about the term super team. It has so many definitions to it. That's one of the things about the show. Like they exploit that logic. The fact that it's so fluid, and if you use one definition, it applies to Kobe. That's what A. John is about to get into.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't. He's not gonna wait. He's gonna call the Heat a super team, but he's not gonna call the '98 Lakers a super team.
No, that's what the graphic you was about to do is going to provide clarification to both parties.
Johnny, before you go, Johnny, can I give you my definition?
No, you can't.
B. Lee, can I give you my definition? Johnny don't want
Johnny, go with your graph, man. Bell, come on, Bell.
Is this the format? Your guest can't come on here and actually get no words out?
You've been talking for over an hour, dude.
Bro, see what I'm saying?
What you talking about?
Be honest.
You talking
on me.
Wow. Wait. He's talked more than Travis has, more than John has, more than Craig has, more than Ralph has. Which are the people we want on the show?
You don't want me on the show, Johnny? B. Lee, I'm not a welcome guest no more, B. Lee.
I mean, you have to take your turn. Like you just can't try to take over the show. Like we be telling you, stop.
I got you.
Like
I got you, big dog.
You see how everyone else is waiting to speak, but you don't see that. You don't see that at all.
I see Johnny raising his voice and
it's my show, bro. It's my show.
I see
Yo,
him being very
Mel, come
emotional.
on, man.
Because of people like you.
Yo,
Every time
yo.
I encounter people like you, this is the problem. This is why I wouldn't come on
All
your
right,
show.
look. We have Jersey the best. He hasn't said a word yet because we can't even get to him
Get to
because
him.
you keep talking.
I fall back. Go ahead. My bad. Mute
Matter
my
of fact,
mic.
you right.
Let me know when y'all want me to talk.
Matter of fact, go ahead, Jersey Best. My graph is up. Y'all can read because obviously y'all can see. Remember, he said he can see things, but let's see if he can see this graph. Go ahead, Jersey.
Hey, y'all can hear me?
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I appreciate y'all having me on the show, man. I just want to know why nobody bringing up Kobe scoring in elimination games and game sevens and things that matter.
Because he did I feel those times, but once I think he had feel once.
No.
Apparently, it don't matter if you don't have feel.
No. You didn't see his jump shot. You didn't see how his mechanics look. You didn't see how he was
Right.
able to get to the left foot and the right
this
foot.
This is my point on Kobe fans. They have no facts. They have feelings, all of them. And that's my point with it. And the Kareem, they want to blame Magic and all of that, but Magic won awards with Kareem. Kobe didn't win no awards with Shaq. He won nothing. You know, and like bro said,
You won an All-Star game MVP.
Kobe and MJ, their styles
No, that's important, Brandon.
is only great when you have the best team in the league. When you have the best team in the league, that's the only time that style works. We have the proof. You know, Kobe's own coach said his defense was overrated. You know, and that's just the things I wanted to say. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, man. Thanks.
Y'all should like and subscribe if you're new to the channel.
You know the thing is,
I've been subscribed, man. I fuck with y'all, man.
Yeah, the thing is, like Kobe Bryant is
Thank
though
you.
he's not one of my favorites, but I really respect Kobe Bryant. Vince Carter and Penny Hardaway are my two favorite players of all time, and neither one of them can touch Kobe Bryant. Like that's how great Kobe Bryant is. So it's not really any disrespect to Kobe Bryant. It's just trying to, be disingenuous and state things that do not make him like great, but we're just going to make him great because that's what we like his mid-range jumper, which was not like it was over 50%. But if there is a point that needed to be scored, LeBron could score a point. He'll do it more efficiently. LeBron could go to the hole. He could shoot a jumper. He could shoot it. Like he could do everything Kobe Bryant could do on the court, except he could get to the rim better. He's gonna post. He's still posterizing people in year 21. Like we didn't really see Kobe go to the hole after what 2012, 2013. Like I mean, LeBron James is a different beast, like we said. Like the guy is just different. Even Mel even said it that he has never seen no one who could be the base scorer, the best passer, the best defensive player, and still be successful in the playoffs and still win titles that way. Like we have never seen a player like that before. We've seen a player who's the best scorer on the team win titles. Yes. We've seen that a lot of times. We've seen Kobe do it. We've seen Jordan do it. We've seen Dwayne Wade do it. Like we've seen a lot of people be the best scorer on the team and win, but we never. I mean, I know Magic was great at scoring, but he wasn't scoring like LeBron James. Like LeBron James has been doing things that no one has done in NBA history, and that's why we have LeBron James as the GOAT because the things that he has accomplished in the league, no one has done these things before. Offensively, defensively, I mean, the guy is just amazing. And that's why we have him as a GOAT because he just do things that no one has done before. And when you say Kobe did this and did that, it's kind of hard for us to say that no one has done this before because we have seen it before. I know we want to give Kobe a lot of praise because he emulated Jordan better than anybody. He had that desire better than anybody like Jordan. But when you look at what they did on the court, it's going to always be LeBron James over Kobe. And that's no disrespect to Kobe. He just wasn't a better basketball player than LeBron James.
So, Mel, what I would say, man, is you have a lot of good points. And the other thing I would add to that, though, is I mean, it's not even like a rebuttal, but I would just say, like, with context, if you have a player who clears another player in every measurable, and I know what you said, eye test is huge, sure, system is huge, absolutely, I agree with you. But when you have a player who's objectively better than another player in every way you want to look at, including being able to adapt to any system, there's no logical reason that you can say I would take that guy over that guy. Even if you're talking about adapting to another system or play style, and you clearly the other player is better at that way you want to play as well. There's no way you would take Kobe over LeBron in any measurable or way that you want to put it. Statistically, play style, adaptation, and I'm not just saying that. I'm a huge Kobe guy. I have him top 10, 100%. But you're not going to be able to say he's going to be doing this better when just objectively it's not true. And like I said, I get all the points you made, 100%. But LeBron would be better in any situation you want to put him in, and that's just any way you want to look at it or objectively speaking.
And I agree on paper, but for my play style, I want my primary scorer off the ball that way, because if you look at
It's a personal thing.
If Michael
That's
Jordan
a personal thing, though.
I'm explaining to you why, and that's fine. It don't have to be for everyone. I'm saying it's personal, but when you look at history, or let's just take Michael Jordan for example, right? If he would have stayed on the ball as a point guard, we would have never known how good Pippen was as a point forward, right?
They would never make the playoffs. They would have kept losing.
Well, they did make the
taken off the ball for a reason.
No, they did make the playoffs, Billy. They made the playoffs before Phil when Mike was playing like that.
If you had Michael Jordan play point guard a whole season, they probably would not make the playoffs because he couldn't do that. He didn't play it for a whole season. He couldn't do that. He was under 500. He was under 500.
What I'm saying is when your primary scorer is the point guard or the point forward, then that leaves less opportunity for your co-star to make plays, because your best player is going to be making plays.
There was no point forward back then. There was only point guards, and Michael Jordan was not a point guard for an entire season for the Chicago Bulls, and nor was they winning when he was a point guard for them. Whatever lies y'all want to say,
that's a point against Jordan.
He wasn't even a point guard for that season. I can go show you the starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls for 1989 season. He never played the point guard. He was always a two guard. He had little moments at the end because Collins. That's why he got him fired, because he let Michael Jordan run rampant and do whatever Michael Jordan wanted to do. That's what got Phil Collins fired, and because it wasn't winning.
Right. So my point is, I want my primary scorer off the ball. I don't want him trying to make plays for everyone.
That's why you're not an NBA coach.
I want my co-star to have some responsibility on offense as well. And what happens when you grab LeBron and you play that system, you kind of lock yourself in to him making the plays. Because
you win titles. You get the greatest player of all time. You get the greatest player of all time.
In order for him to win titles like that, he couldn't do it in Cleveland. He had to go to Miami and
Kobe could have never done it without Shaquille.
But he had to form a team to do it.
Listen, Kobe Bryant never made a finals. Kobe Bryant never made a finals without an All NBA teammate. He never won a finals without an All NBA teammate. Every year he had an All Defensive All Star player with him. Kobe Bryant had more help than LeBron James to win only one more NBA title. Only go to 3 less finals than Kobe Bryant. He hasn't won as much playoff series as as LeBron James. He hasn't won as much playoff games as LeBron James. That's why you don't want to talk the stats. You want to sit here and lie, and this is why you guys are the worst fans in basketball, and Michael Jordan fans are second, because y'all sit here and boo the old lady the other night because of lies that.
Yeah, I'm not a Kobe or Jordan fan. I just like basketball. But T Perfect, King John, B. Lee, Jersey the Beast. Let me ask you this: if I told you, in order for you to win, you had to have a top 5 player, a super team with 2 superstars on side of him that's still in their prime, with a former superstar on the bench in Ray Allen, in order for this play style to work, do you want to run that play style, or would you rather run a play style that you only need Kyle Gasol or Kobe in a triangle offense? Right, like you need so much to make that play style work, because it's such a inferior play style to have your best player set everyone up in a 5-man out offense. It's
inferior to win titles and being a finals.
He said inferior. Was
That ain't
inferior,
make any
bro.
sense.
Your takes are inferior. Your words
I
are
mean, that's
inferior.
just, you're
Your
making.
eyes
wait.
are inferior. You need to go
Hey,
get your
Johnny.
eyes test, my man. You gotta get your eyes test.
Come
You
on,
are
man.
inferior when you come up here saying nonsense that LeBron James needs all of this to win. When I just told you
He did.
Kobe
He
needed
did
all
need
of
all
it.
that.
No, Kobe needed all that to win. Kobe couldn't win without nothing. Kobe didn't win without Shaq. He didn't win without an All NBA player in Paul Gasol. Without having somebody who can actually be a
You do
point
know,
forward.
you do know, Paul Gasol wasn't all NBA before he got to the Lakers, right?
But he was an All-Star before he got to the Lakers, and
One time.
and he was an
One
All
time.
NBA. Oh wait, and he was an
One
All.
time. What
and he-
was Wade and Bosh before they joined Miami?
And he was an All. Listen, they were All NBA.
He was a one-time
players.
All-Star, brother.
He was an
Well,
All
well,
NBA
Mel.
player.
If you
Well,
rank
Mel,
the
Look,
position,
he won't let me
real quick.
speak.
Can I say this real
I
quick,
let him
please?
talk. He won't let me
if
cook
you-
him.
if you
This is
rank
what they do.
Bosh,
Wait. He won't let me cook him. He's bringing up
Garnett.
All-Stars. Again, Kobe Bryant played with
He wasn't
three
even a top
All-Stars
All-Star
and got
President
swept.
at all
And got
games and
swept.
stat sheets.
That's it. He played with an All-NBA player in Paul Gasol in 2011 and
One-time
got swept.
All-Star.
Again,
One-time All-Star.
All-NBA player.
He was a
three-
one-time All-Star before he got to LA.
It doesn't matter.
But
He
Mel,
was
He was a one-time All-Star
rookie
before
of
he
the
got to
year.
LA.
He was a rookie of the year.
He was a
okay?
one-time All-Star before he got to LA.
He was a rookie of the year.
He was
and
a
Kobe-
one-time All-Star before he got to LA.
See, look, he's not gonna let me talk, Brandon. I can't deal with this, Brandon. I'm not gonna sit here and be quiet to let people overtalk me, bro. He's not gonna let me speak. Kobe Bryant had more help. He had the more All-NBA help. He had the more All-Star help. He had the more All-Defensive help. He had the more MVP help. He had the better coach. He had the better help. He had players that was averaging doubles. He had guys averaging 10 rebounds per game. He had the better players. He had the better roster in 2011 and lost and got swept by the same team LeBron went 6 games with that y'all claim he choked in. Kobe Bryant ran Shaq out of town. If he really wanted to win championships and didn't care about nothing else but championships, he wouldn't have ran Shaq out of town. He would have told him, sign Shaq because we're going to win some more championships. And we're going to play a system that's going to help us all win a championship. But like you said, Kobe can't do it unless he's playing one particular system. And that's all you've been saying, bro. Yeah, I can't stand y'all do this to me because I want to talk, but I'm letting y'all talk and I got to shut up to let this man speak. He can't talk no more, Brandon. I'm done, bro. I want to hear real people speak, not this guy. His conversation is mute. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I mean,
One thing I would add to that
narrative
also-
of that. Oh, go ahead, Travis.
Oh, sorry. Just to kind of answer your question there, or kind of push back on that. LeBron did go to Miami, but before that, he actually, I would say a bottom, if you're talking statistically speaking, from 06 to 2010, he was actually either led or was top 5 in the NBA in win shares per 48 and blocks plus minus, which is the truest advanced manner to do it. If you want to measure team impact. Also, he had a bottom 5 lead or squad as far as supporting cast offensively, and they actually won between 60 and 66 games and led the league in wins in 09 and 10, and also they made the final in 07. So were the rings there? No, but that, again, LeBron's sheer impact, were they good defensively? Absolutely. They were top 5 in both those years as well, but I'd say that shows his ability to actually drag in any system a team to, again, relatively large success considering the circumstances he was in. Especially when you talk about like the team he was going against, like in 08, like the Super Team Celtics, one of the best Magic teams we've ever seen with a DPOY. But I mean, that's just what I would say as far as LeBron's measurable impact on a team.
Oh, Travis, you didn't see the scouting report that said what happens when Kobe goes over a screen and what LeBron does over a screen? You didn't see the free throw mechanics between 06 and 010? I don't know why you
I didn't see that. Man.
Yeah, exactly. You're not talking Mel's language. Mel doesn't care about your stats, so keep the stats away if you're talking to Mel.
You know, it's kind of ridiculous to say that LeBron could only win with the Heat when he won outside of the Heat. He said something about how he needs this and did that. When LeBron went to the Heat, they didn't even make it out the first round for 4 years. Chris Bosh didn't even make the playoffs the last 2 seasons before he even went to Miami. When he went back to Cleveland, they didn't make the playoffs for 4 straight years. When he went to the Lakers, they didn't make the playoffs for 6 straight years. So LeBron James just didn't go to these established teams that was constantly winning and competing. He didn't go join Ray Allen and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh when they were winning titles or anything. I mean, Dwayne Wade won a title 5 years prior, and he had Shaq, Alonzo Mourning, Gary Payton, and Antoine Walker on his team. Like, He had a great team. Come on now. So we really want to act like LeBron James joined these well-established teams when Kyrie and Kevin Love ain't never even sniffed even went there. When he went to the Lakers, they was rated. They was the fourth seed before he got hurt. Then he came back the next year and won a title. So let's not act like LeBron James has just needed all this help to win when he's going and rebuilding teams, repairing teams. He repaired the Lakers that Kobe destroyed with the contract he took.
Let me ask Mel. So I actually do want to hear something from Mel now. Now I got a question for you, Mel. This is very subjective for you to answer. If I told you,
and try not to be very long with your answer. You take like 5 minutes to answer a question.
Here we go. It's a simple question. If I told you Kobe Bryant got 3 players that made the playoffs that were actually in the starting roster of a team that made the playoffs the year before, and they were added to Kobe Bryant's team when they got rid of Shaq, shouldn't Kobe Bryant be able to at least make the playoffs with that team and win at least 40-something games, not 37? If you gave him 3 players that were just in the playoffs the year before with Dwayne Wade.
Three players that was just in the playoffs before, are they past their prime?
No, they're actually in their prime.
If you give him 3, you said 3 All-Stars, that was All-Stars?
No, I said 3 players that were on a playoff team, meaning that they were on a team.
That can be anybody. Oh, come on, man, come on. What kind of question is that? That can be anybody.
That's not
3
anybody.
Three player that was on a
3 starters. I said 3 starters that were on.
Yeah, that can be anybody though.
No, not anybody, because not anybody makes the playoffs.
No, so I mean that can be anybody. If I told you LeBron James when he showed up to every team, he brought 2 more All-Stars or Superstars with him, would you be saying that LeBron's changing that team, or would you say it was collective?
No, I told you I'm bringing you a 60% of a playoff roster to your team, transferring over 60% of a playoff starting roster to your team.
I don't understand the question.
You don't. So. You have now been exposed by the exposer.
Man, I don't know what you're saying. You asking me if a team got 3 starters from a playoff team, should they make the playoffs? What kind of vague, broad question is that? I don't even understand that. What does that mean? But T-Perfect to what you said, LeBron do check out the box in a lot of those metrics you was talking about. I agree with you.
It's a fire ass.
Mel. Yeah, so wait, what about your response to what Brandon said? The fact that he proven to win just as many titles without the things that you described. What is your response to that?
He's always had those things when he won. Like when y'all talk about when y'all brag about him carrying a squad, a Cleveland squad who had a bottom tier roster to the finals. Yeah, that was great, but that's not unique because coming out of the East, Jason Kidd did that twice. Allen Iverson did it, Reggie Miller did it, and Allen Houston did it. Coming out of
Allen Iverson did do it because we had multiple All-Stars, defensive player of the year, and 6-man coach of the year who did on the same roster that year.
Multiple.
No. I said he had an All-Star, a 6-man of the year, a defensive player of the year,
Mutombo,
a coach of the year.
Who was the All-Star when Iverson went to the
finals? No, Mel. Okay, Mel.
Who's the All-Star?
Forget the All-Star. Mel, forget the All-Star. Forget the All-Star.
All right, so that was
a coach of the year. No, but that's the thing, Mel. My thing is, I noticed, right, when Brandon or
Mike Brown was a coach of the year too.
No, hold on. But
Mike Brown.
I noticed, Mel. I get it, Mel. Hold on.
Big Z was an All-Star. Mo Williams was an All-Star.
Who was an All-Star on the 2016 Cavs?
Let me finish my point.
Who was an All-Star on the 2016 Cavs?
That's what I was trying to get to, Mel.
Who was an All-Star on the 2016 Cavs, Mel?
That's what I was trying to get to. It's like, yeah, 2016. There was no other All-Star.
Was that when they played? Was that when they played the Warriors?
Yes. Who was the All-Star on the
greatest regular season team of all time?
Who made the 2016 All-Star on the Cavs?
I had to double check, but wasn't Kyrie Irving the All-Star?
No,
not that year.
Not that year. Why not? Why he didn't make All-Star?
Because in the beginning of the year he was dealing with injury.
He's not an All-Star. That's
similar.
An All-Star.
Okay. So he was an All-Star player, but he didn't make All-Star because of injury. Okay, got it.
No, he wasn't an All-Star. Just like you said, Mutombo.
He wasn't an All-Star or NBA player that year.
How long you think Mutombo's on Kyrie Irving's level as far as
Mutombo wasn't an All-Star because he got traded mid-season. That's why.
No, Mutombo was an All-Star before he went there. He was an All-Star in Atlanta.
Just like just like Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving. Hold on, but do y'all put Mutombo on the same? Y'all put Mutombo on the same level as Kyrie?
Mutombo's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh wait, they all stars. Mel, what level? How's that level? What's the difference?
I got it. I'm with you. You put him on the same level as Kyrie. Got it. I'm good.
No.
You good. You good.
We don't know what level you're talking about. Oh wait. Mel. You asked us about all-stars. So if you're asking about all-star level, yeah, they're both on the same level. They're both all-stars.
Got it. I'm with you. So, yeah, I got it.
So then you were wrong. So
like I'm saying.
So you were wrong. No, you were not saying nothing, bro. This is not your show, bro.
Wait.
Brandon, we really gotta go because this guy just want to take over the show. We were supposed to have
he don't want people to make points. As far as coming
you're
out of
not
the
making
East,
no point. You've been lying, bro. You've been lying.
Reggie Miller.
You are lying. Those guys had all-stars. They had better teams. They had it's not quiet, bro. See, Brandon, please, bro. I don't want to hear this man talk anymore. He's been lying the whole show.
Hey, he's having a meltdown. He's having a meltdown.
It's not a meltdown. This is what I do. You are now getting exposed by the exposer. This is what I do, my friend. You have been welcome to the GOAT James Kingdom platform because I don't go nowhere. Brandon's being very nice with you because he likes seeing this. This is why he likes this. Brandon likes seeing this. You think he's against me, but Brandon loves this. Trust me, he loves this because he's going to make a video on your dumb ass. You don't understand how we work over here. That's why he brought his baby to show you this, baby. This is how we do things in GOAT James. Look at this, baby. Look at A. Johnny work. Look at A. Johnny work.
Hey, for Sturdy Point, and when in 2001, Mutombo was an all-star.
Yeah, I try to let it go to just get to this point like this.
He was an all-star. Yeah, he was an all-star.
The point is, Mel.
You were lying, so you're not lying at all. He was an all-star.
No, but the premise was right, Mel, because even though we disagree, there's multiple conversations, I always acknowledge just the facts on both sides. My only thing with most Kobe Bryant fans and Sean McCants is that they're not fair on both sides. We can't just restrict LeBron James to 2014 and before, because he had, just like Kobe Bryant, had a 20-some-odd career. So you got to take in what everything else he did in that career. Like I said, Mel, either you take away stats, which you said at the beginning, you acknowledged at the beginning, you can't take away completely at all. LeBron is a more impactful player, and you admitted to yourself he controls the game better than Kobe Bryant. My thing is, we have to be fair and acknowledge and say, like, this is what Johnny was so passionate about, and Brandon was replying with so on, so on, so on. The fact that you can't just say Kobe Bryant didn't need this to win, but LeBron need this to win. You have to be fair on both sides. Especially with a guy like LeBron. Like LeBron won in too many different systems, too many different coaches, and too many different teammates to say he needs just one particular set of things to have success.
Hey, can we get King John to shut up over there? He's being far too loud. I can't hear him.
And one thing I want to bring up, because Dale brought it up, Mutombo was Defensive Player of the Year that year. Mm-hmm. All defensive first team, all NBA second team, NBA All-Star.
Wow.
So
no, but remember, guys, how does Mutombo's mechanics look when he's shooting a free throw? Is his elbow tight? Is it out to the right? Huh? Does Mutombo have the crossover that Kyrie have? Although they play two different positions, he's going to hold Kyrie as a better player because he can cross over, but Mutombo can't. I mean, does Kyrie Irving have a hook shot that Mutombo has? Can Kyrie Irving block a shot like Mutombo has? I mean, but these are the things that we need to be discussing in GOAT James Kingdom. It's very important to understand what the scouting report says, because the scouting report says nothing about Mutombo's defense. It literally says Iverson's by himself, guys. We're going to beat him no matter what.
By himself. You have a Defensive Player of the Year next to him.
Yeah.
An All-NBA player next to him. An NBA All-Star next to him. And you're trying to say that Allen Iverson didn't have anybody. And you call Sturdy a liar.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a liar. He's an all-star.
No, I get
more than an all-star. He's way more than an all-star.
I let it slide because I get what Mel is. I'm really trying to understand perspective because.
Hold on, study. I gotta ask you this. Why are you being so nice? Why?
No, because Mel. One, I mean, my fault, Johnny. Because one, I know I'm familiar with Mel's work and what he's done, especially on YouTube. And like I said, it's not our first time having a conversation in terms of basketball.
Ooh.
Knowing that
his YouTube channel took a hit. His YouTube channel gonna take a hit after this one. Now ours is gonna go up. I appreciate it.
But the reason why.
Thank you, Mel. I appreciate you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, brother. Thank you, Mel.
No, the reason why I'm quote unquote being nice because I'm really trying to understand because Mel watched basketball for decades. He understands basketball. I've seen him explain basketball. That's why I'm trying to
You watch you
understand
guys at
why.
all.
No, that's what I'm trying to
He hasn't
understand.
here. He hasn't here. When the platform is set up for him to do it, he can't. He can do it on his platform because they all lie. It's all lies.
Well,
I've been
no,
I've been watching
well,
basketball for 30 years too, but he tells me I'm not intelligent. So who's right or wrong? I'm not trying to be right. I'm just trying to talk basketball. He don't have a team. He don't watch basketball. I don't understand this. He watches
well,
LeBron James. That's what he
I'm just trying to
does.
answer your question.
I know that, but I'm
Just
just
trying to answer your question.
I study. I respect you, brother, but you know what we do here. You've seen it too many times,
No,
brother.
but
We
but
I'm
but
not. We're not. Oh wait, we're not trying to change minds. We're here to change narratives because guys like
but
this go around on TikTok, go around on social media, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or not. They spew these lies continuously. Then they have their little posses and their comments that tell them they're right, and they don't check one another. And what they do is they say, "Well, this is my personal feeling," and make it a personal thing. So now it's a Johnny's emotional, a Johnny's the problem, a Johnny is this. When at the end of the day, I never wanted to get personal. I just wanted to talk basketball. And when I asked them to remove their personal side, they can't do it, and they look at me like I'm wrong. So now you want the personality, you want the personal. Hey Johnny, here it is. It's the exposure. I keep telling
so
y'all
it's
this.
so hey, Johnny, you have multiple people that follow you. And say everyone follows Go King, so they come across guys like Mel who have this perspective. So and during these interactions, you have to show them, okay, this is the answers to what Mel is proposing. And that's why I'm quote unquote being nice. I'm trying to understand Mel's perspective as a guy who knows ball, as a guy who explained ball, as a guy who had multiple interviews with basketball experts. My only question to you, Mel, is why not be fair on both sides of the argument when we're both evaluating LeBron and Kobe? Because I'm gonna keep it fair. I'm not a fan of neither player, just like you. I don't have a team just like you, but I can keep it objective and fair for both sides. I'm not gonna say one guy. I'm not gonna say one guy has close to no weaknesses, while other guy who worked on his weaknesses. I'm not going to not acknowledge that aspect. So that's my only question to you, Mel. Why
I mean,
be one sided with your argument and your
I mean,
perspective in terms of that?
it's because he's biased towards Kobe Bryant. That's pretty obvious because he's
No,
not
you can be biased but
objective.
objective.
I
He
mean, you
can't.
cannot
We've
be.
asked
Yeah,
him.
I
He
mean, he's
can't.
completely biased versus Kobe. Like it's pretty obvious when you look at the stats and you look at what they did on the court together versus each other when they played on the USA team together. You have a lot of years of them playing basketball on the same court, and you just completely ignore all of that. Completely ignore all the stats when they played on the USA team together, when they played head to head versus each other, and you just ignore all of that and says talk about mechanics and footwork and just say that LeBron James needs super teams to win. LeBron James can't do this. He's a bad free throw shooter. He's completely biased. It doesn't make any sense. He cannot look at the game objectively because if you do, it's going to be LeBron James. That's why McCants is so upset because that's why I say you have to remove Michael Jordan and remove Kobe because when you look at the game objectively, you look at the stats and the accomplishments, it's going to be LeBron James easily. But you can't do that because you have to make up narratives of why LeBron James is not better than them. He was completely fine saying Jordan was better than him. He didn't have a problem with Jordan. But once you say LeBron James, it's completely different. And there's no argument to why Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James other than a narrative. There's no statistical evidence. There's no objectivity to say Kobe Bryant is better than LeBron James in the game of basketball other than he shoots a higher free throw percentage. That's
And to
all.
be clear, and before Mel answers, I just want to be clear. Mel, I heard you explain your perspective, but I also heard you be objective. And I have to be frank with you, brother. You just not objective in
I
regards
don't know
to
where you said.
acknowledging
Yeah.
both
Wasn't
sides. That's all
objective
I'm saying.
today.
Thank you.
Wasn't objective today at all.
No, that's
Not at
what I
all.
said.
Hey, Sturdy, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah, not at all.
Sturdy. You want to know who had a great scouting report for their draft and a great workout for their draft? Do you want to know? Kwame Brown.
Yeah.
Kwame Brown. And we went off of Kwame
Darko
Brown's
did too.
and we go off of Kwame Brown's scouting report and his athleticism and everything. Kwame Brown was a beast, even in the workout. When they went to the workout, they said they was like he was killing everybody in the workout. Tyson Chandler, I think, or some other players, all those guys, but he was killing everybody in the workouts.
We all removed Carmelo Anthony's stats and got Darko in front of him because stats didn't matter.
But can Mel answer my question if he can, if possible?
Yeah. What was the question again, Sturdy?
I asked of you. You explain your preference, but I'm saying for the sake of this conversation between Chris and Kobe LeBron, why have you been completely objective and acknowledging both sides?
Let me ask you this: where haven't I been objective at? I mean, because I'm telling you
Okay.
I'm telling you
I'll give you a recent example. I'll give you a recent example. Like you said, in regards to LeBron needing a super team to have success or win, we just acknowledge that's not true with his success on 2016 Cavs and 2020 Lakers. Despite them winning, honestly, no matter what definition of super team, no one considered those teams a super team. So that's the thing you haven't been genuine with. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
that's one example.
I don't consider that 2020 Lakers team a super team either. My definition of a super team is a team that has 3 proven number 1 superstars in their prime, and which they did have with Miami with Bosh, Wade, and LeBron. On the Cleveland team, that wasn't a super team because I don't consider Kevin Love a superstar. I consider him an all-star, but I consider LeBron and Kyrie superstars. So they had 2 superstars, but that's not a super team. So he only had a super team.
Never a superstar. Chris Bosh was never a superstar. He was an
all-star. Kyrie was never.
You cannot be a superstar and you cannot make the playoffs. Come on now.
Okay.
How can you be a superstar and you made the playoff one time in what 6-7 years? How's that a superstar?
Well, if you don't count Bosh as a superstar, that's fine. I'm just saying.
No. He said Love. He said Kevin Love.
No, he said he don't count Love as a superstar. He's an all-star.
How's Kyrie a superstar? How's Kyrie a superstar? That's why I'm listening.
He could make the playoffs either.
Because he can lead a team. He can successfully lead a team as a number 1 option.
When?
He definitely did it in Boston.
No, he didn't.
No, he only did, but he did it. He did it in 2019 because remember 2018 he got hurt towards the end. So
right.
He was. But hold on, that's Camille's question. It's like, well, he didn't do that. That's the point. He didn't do that 2016 or before. So he wasn't a super. By your example and definition, he wasn't a superstar, like you just said, because he didn't do that until he got to Boston.
He's proven that. So. You got when a player comes in his first year,
so he just proven it in your mind. He's a superstar. He didn't prove it on the basketball court. Maybe an NBA 2K.
No, he did. So I mean, if you go, so you saying Kyrie's not a superstar?
He's not.
He was.
I'm saying that no. I don't consider.
That's fine. Downgrade everybody that played with LeBron. All right. So
no. I'm not downgrading. No. I'm objective with anybody. No, I think a lot of players aren't superstar. I don't think Blake Griffin was a superstar. I don't think DeMar DeRozan was a superstar. I don't like that's just my personal definition of a superstar because just like superstar don't have a concrete definition to it either. That's why I asked you a criteria for why do you think Kyrie Irving was a superstar.
But Sturdy, this is why he exists. This is why he exists.
The Heat's not a super team in his mind, Dan. In his mind, he's not a super team. You just came up here and said he's not a super team now. So carry on. Go ahead and keep going.
Three superstars in their prime, proven number 1s. Yeah, the Heat was a super team for sure.
Now they got to be a number 1. So you think Love's the number 1 now.
Paul Gasol wasn't a proven number 1?
Yeah.
So that would make Kobe's team a superstar team.
No, I said 3. I said 3 of those.
Lamar Odom's a proven number 1. He was number 1 in Clippers and in Miami.
No, he wasn't a superstar.
Wait. Hold on.
You said number 1. You said number 1.
Wait. Can I ask another question?
For each player. Different criteria.
That's what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah.
So in 2017.
That's
so
why
in 2017,
Sturdy, man, we really can have a conversation with this guy because he's gonna keep flip flopping.
No. I'm gonna confirm it with this. I'm gonna confirm it with this question.
Everything I'm saying is well documented. I haven't flip flopped on anything. Everything.
No, that's what I'm trying to see. That's what I'm asking.
Everything's definitely documented. It is definitely documented.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to confirm with this next question. So, do you consider the 2017 Warriors a super team?
So that's the team with Kevin Durant.
Yes, 2017.
That depends on if you consider Clay a superstar.
I'm asking you, Mel. I'm asking you, Mel. By your definition that you just explained.
Clay hasn't proven that he.
So they're not. So he's not a superstar. So you don't consider that a super team. Just say that.
No, he hasn't.
No, do you consider that team a super team? That's what I'm asking.
Listen, Clay's not a proven number 1. However, Do I think he could be a number one in his prime? It's possible. So I wouldn't argue anyone that said that the 2017 Warriors was a super team. I wouldn't argue that. And if they said
So Mel, that's what the inconsistency is, brother. Because remember, you didn't use a hypothetical when it came to Kyrie in 2016. You didn't use a hypothetical when it came to the Heat. So if you didn't use a hypothetical when it came to the Heat, why would you use a hypothetical when it come to the Warriors? And that's what I mean by consistency, brother.
That's because Clay hasn't ever been a number one on the team and showed
exactly. So it didn't adhere to your definition, so there's no hypothetical need.
Let me ask you your question, Sturdy. When you asked me if Bosh, Wade, and LeBron were proven number ones, Bosh has been a number one and successfully took the Raptors to the playoffs and successfully been a top player at his position in an All-Star. He's proven that he can be a number one successfully. Wade has proven he can be a number one successfully, and LeBron has proven he can be a number one successfully.
What number one successfully?
Right?
Where? When was Wade number one successful? When?
Before LeBron got there.
When?
Whatever you want to think of. Well, I mean,
no, because you said successful.
Are you disputing that Wade was a successful number one for the Heat? Are you saying no?
Okay, well, that's fine. All
right, if you disagree that Wade was a number one, so Wade was never a number one.
I'm asking you what year you say. Don't worry about what I say because you don't listen to me. I'm listening to you. What year was Dwayne Wade?
You can pick any year before LeBron got there. He was a number one.
So what year was that he was successful in? That he was the number one. He was successful
when he was in the playoffs. When he led his team to a playoff.
So all you gotta do is lead your team to a playoffs, and that's considered successful as a number one. Correct?
It's successful, yeah.
Okay.
So why was it? Okay, go ahead, Josh. My bad.
So Scottie Pippen. So Scottie Pippen is that right? So Scottie Pippen is that correct?
Yes.
Paul Gasol is that correct?
Yes.
Steve Nash is that correct?
Yes.
Dwight Howard is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Lamar Odom in Miami.
Lamar Odom is that? Yeah, because he made the playoffs
in Miami. He was the number one.
He was the number one in Miami, and he made the
playoffs. He was number one.
And they made the playoffs.
No, he didn't do
it. Why not?
Well, why not? Finals MVP too.
Why not?
No, I wouldn't give it to Lamar Odom. No.
Why not? He fit your criteria.
He's not a number one.
He was a number one in Miami.
He was number one with the Miami.
He was number one in Miami, and they made the playoffs. Before he
went to the Lakers.
That's the facts.
No. Who was?
So this is my point.
Who was?
No,
you're not about to run from this question. You're not about to run from this question. Who was?
Exactly, man.
What in Miami when they went to the playoffs?
2003.
2003. Before he won
the title. You can say Lamar was, but I don't.
I'm sorry. 04. 2004.
You can say Lamar was. You think Lamar's a superstar?
By your criteria.
We're trying to tell you he's not.
I'm agreeing that I'm agreeing that he's not.
No. We're trying to tell you that your criteria says he is.
Yeah,
your criteria says he is.
Yeah, but there's no absolutes. There's always an exception to the rule. Always.
So you're not all right. So when you come up here and speak, you don't speak in absolutes. You want to call yourself intelligence. You just say things just to say things. You just say things just to say things.
You can't speak in absolutes.
So if Kyrie told you the Earth is flat, you gonna go and run with Kyrie because he told you the Earth is flat?
You can't speak in absolutes, but
so you don't speak in absolutes, and Goat James Kingdom, Johnny and Brandon speak in absolutes.
That's fine.
When we tell you that these guys are all when we tell you these guys are all NBA players, that's validity, that's credibility. Those are actual valid points to prove why these guys are great. When we go to the stats, it tells us that because again, our eye test tells us how good Lamar Odom was. Your eye test don't.
Yeah, he was good. He's not a superstar though.
Again, by your criteria, he's a superstar. We don't go by superstars. We go by whether you're. We go by whether you made the All NBA team or the All Defensive team. Were you a Sixth Man of the Year? Were you the Defensive Player of the Year? Were you the rebounding champ? Were you the scoring champ?
And guess what? I respect that. It's just not how I do it.
I'm not done. You got to listen if you want to have a conversation. It's not my fault I'm cooking you.
I'm still trying to answer Sturdy's question that I can't get to.
No, you can't.
Yeah, too bad.
You
That's
did.
Too bad.
You answered the question. Wait. You answered the question. He asked you, why can't you be objective? Why can't you find these things? And then when he asked you for your opinion, you decided to use other people's opinion. And he said, no, don't tell me what other people say. I'm asking you. You still refuse to accept your criteria when your criteria makes Lamar Odom a superstar. Then you're gonna say, well, it's not absolute, So what I say is not absolute, y'all.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I came on Go James Kingdom
Lamar
show
Odom would be one of those
to tell A Johnny that he's crazy, he's emotional, he speaks too much, he cuts people off, and he has a fan base here that asks for us to be a debate, and I'm going to challenge you to this, and I will show you how well behaved I can be on your platform. If you want to debate Kobe Bryant versus LeBron James, however you want to debate it, subjectively or objectively, I accept the challenge for you to do that. If that's what you want, because that's what your little posse said in the group over here. So you need to understand.
Posse. I don't have a posse, man.
Yeah, you do. You have fans here.
I don't have a posse, man. Come on, man.
Listen, be proud of yourself.
There's a few of them.
Be proud of yourself. Wait. You stuck your chest out with your subjective takes. Stick your chest out for your basketball.
Y'all like basketball, right?
You don't talk basketball.
Y'all gotta like basketball. Y'all can't be. Hey Johnny, you can't be a man. You can't be a man fan. You gotta like basketball more than you like men.
Listen, he said, look, you heard that? Look, here we go. And now my manhood is being questioned.
No, I said don't be a man fan. You got to like the sport more than you like the man.
I'm a Miami Heat fan. I watch the Heat. I watch the Heat. I do like basketball.
If you like basketball, you would have a conversation with me and stop doing all this screaming.
No, I wouldn't, because you're
You would have a conversation with me.
I don't have conversations with liars. I expose liars.
That's okay. All right.
How do you tell somebody how to be
he's saying that there's 16 superstars a year? Just if you lead your team and make the playoffs, you're a superstar? Like, this is the first time I heard of this before.
No, I only think that they're the top 10 players in the league are superstars.
Different criteria.
So when was Chris Bosh ever?
Superstars.
When was Chris Bosh ever a top 10 player in the NBA?
When he was the year he joined Miami, when he was with the Raptors.
Mel, come on.
Come on now. He couldn't even make the playoffs.
He was top 10 player.
Mel, come on.
But listen, if I have a definition, if I have a definition for my stuff that y'all don't agree with, that's fine. Just don't agree with it. But
no, it's not that, Mel.
It's not agreeable. It's hard to agree with somebody who talks like a 6-year-old. I'm sorry.
You don't have to agree with me. My definition
because when I tell my son Santa Claus no longer exists, I'm the guy. Wait, when I tell my son, see, listen, Mel, nobody wants to hear you talk. Mel, this is our show.
My definition of a super
Mel, this is our show. When I tell my 6-year-old that it's no longer Santa Claus buying you these gifts, it's Daddy buying you these gifts, he has the same reaction you're having right now when we're telling you Kobe Bryant is not as great as LeBron James.
I don't have a reaction.
Yes, you are. Just because you talk with an easy monotone, Brandon does the same thing, but he was cooking.
I don't have a reaction to what.
Okay. So I'm about to go to the list of 2010. You have Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Dwight Howard. All 5 of those were above Chris Bosh. You have Carmelo Anthony above Chris Bosh. You have Dirk, Tim Duncan, all above. So that's 8. You got Amari Stoudemire, who's above Chris Bosh. You got Brandon Roy, who was also an All NBA player as well.
I wouldn't go that far. I would say Chris Paul. Just about that.
Chris Paul, yeah, that's not like he wasn't a top 10 player.
He wasn't a top 10. Come on, man.
The Miami Heat was not a super team by your definition. Somebody who lead their team into the playoffs, that wasn't Bosh. A top 10 player, that wasn't Bosh.
Right. So,
Brandon, what was Paul Gasol in 2011?
By my definition,
what was Paul Gasol in 2011? What was he a top 10?
By my definition, Chris Bosh is a superstar. But if you disagree, I'm fine with that. You don't have to agree.
But your definition changes to player to player.
It don't change from player to player. It's been the same. A proven number 1 player that has successfully led his team that's also in his prime. That's a definition.
So let his team wear.
If you get 3 of those on one game,
he said this already. And then we told him Lamar Odom. Then we told him Lamar Odom. He said Lamar Odom don't count. Lamar Odom did that, but Lamar Odom don't count.
Because I don't think Lamar Odom's a number 1.
Paul Gasol did that.
It was a de facto number 1. He wasn't a legit number 1. He's not a.
And so was Kyrie Irving, and so was Bosh, and so was Love. They were de factos.
I don't think Kyrie Irving was a de facto. He
was a de facto
led a
number
team
1
in Boston for sure.
That's the facto. He got traded.
That's why I think. That's why I think it's disingenuous, Mel. Because hold on. I gotta say it slow. That's why I think it's disingenuous a little bit, Mel. Because when you say Kyrie was a superstar, you can't say because he didn't do what you said that was proven till after 2016. So how is he wasn't a superstar in 2016?
Are you disagreeing that Kyrie's a superstar? If you are, then okay, I'm fine with that. Do you disagree that Kyrie's a superstar?
No, we disagree.
No, I disagree. I disagree. No,
What's your criteria?
Mel.
Do you
I'm
think
about to
Kyrie's
explain
a
it.
superstar? Do you think Kyrie's a superstar?
I disagree with your definition. Hold on.
T Perfect.
Hold
Is
on.
Kyrie
If
Irving a
I
superstar?
use Mel, you gotta let me answer your question, brother. If I use your definition,
John,
no,
is Kyrie Irving
Kyrie's not a superstar.
No,
he's not.
no,
Okay.
By your definition, he's not a superstar.
Sturdy, you've done this long enough.
What year did Kyrie Irving become a superstar?
Oh, you
He
said
said
There we
it.
go. There we go. That's it. 2019. There we go.
So after he played with LeBron.
After
he played with LeBron.
After he was with LeBron. Yes.
No,
after he already made 2 All-Stars. After he made 2 All-Stars. Matter of fact, after he made 5 All-Stars.
But Mel, how was he a superstar before then when he didn't do it?
Thank you. He didn't do it. Exactly. He didn't do it.
That's what I'm asking. That's what we asking.
There's an exception to every rule. Sometimes it just like LeBron. When did LeBron, by my definition, when did LeBron James become a superstar? Because he missed the playoffs his first 2 years.
2006. By your definition.
So his second year he wasn't a superstar. That's what you're saying.
No, that's
no. By your definition, I'm just using your definition.
Your definition, dude. Your definition.
There's no absolute. Any definition has an exception to the rule.
Brandon.
But how many exceptions? That's what I'm saying, Mel. There's a lot of exceptions.
This guy's a
lot of exceptions, Mel. That's what it appears to be.
Sturdy, this guy's an exception. This guy's an exception. This guy's.
There's no absolutes, man. Y'all.
No, I agree.
How can you go back and forth so much?
No, Mel. No, Mel. I'm not trying to debate with you because if it was debate, it wouldn't last as long. But I'm saying, I'm just. Yeah, go ahead.
Say one thing.
Go ahead, John.
You've asked great questions that you got not one answer from him from. You've asked straight to the point questions that he's not directly answered from you. So when you repeated your questions to him, he's not directly answered your questions.
Which questions was that, John?
So don't believe your questions wasn't great questions.
Yeah.
Your questions were great. And I think it was so direct and I think it was so on point that how can you not answer the question directly? But what I've noticed that he can move the goalpost great. He's very calm in moving that goalpost. So don't frustrate yourself in asking him those questions.
Oh, I'm not frustrated. I like that.
No, John, you know what? I just realized something. I really just did this. And this is how nice we are here in GOAT James Kingdom, how gracious we are in GOAT James Kingdom. Sturdy realized he could eat and chop up on people on GOAT James Kingdom. And we just gave him a little plate of Mel right now. And he's eating it up right now. Like he's just enjoying this. I'm just starting to see this. And I'm going to actually sit back and say, you know what? I filled my belly enough. I'm gonna let Sturdy fill his belly because you're right.
Let Sturdy eat, man. I like it. Let Sturdy eat.
He asks great questions. He's understanding towards Mel, not like me. I'm not understanding. Obviously, you can see I'm very confrontational. But he's the total opposite of me. But he's eating the same meal and he's enjoying the same meal. And I'm good with that.
I'm good with that.
Let's go. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna go get me a roll up session and I'll be back because this is what we do in GOAT James Kingdom. Y'all make sure to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Mel's channel. His channel is called Man Down Sports. So he must be talking more than basketball, but you can see how he talks basketball. Let's hope he talks other sports better. But we can see in GOAT James Kingdom, he can't talk basketball. This is like the premium place of talking basketball, and you have failed tremendously. Not only with your eye test, but just talking basketball in general showing up here. So hit that subscribe button, y'all. Hit the like button. Become a member of the channel because we got exclusive material and information. We played Rashad McCants, and y'all are seeing Rashad McCants physically in our show today. His name is Mel, Man Down Sports. Shout out to him, yo.
Well, you funny. Hey,
Mel.
What's up, Lee?
One of the things we do is that we bring people on and we keep letting them talk and we make funny videos. I ain't gonna lie, our videos be funny as hell.
Hey, look, don't disrespect me like that, Lee, man. Y'all can have a friend of the show, man, and all that stuff, man. Y'all don't have to do a circus like that, man. It's not necessary. This content right here is good enough, man. Y'all got what y'all need right here.
No, that's a good question. That's a good question. Let me just say this real quick. One, to be fair to Mel, he did answer 2 of my questions, kind of, but the other questions y'all want to let him answer. But the second thing, but to the brother who just asked that question, I think that's a good question. You only gave 4 of your top 5. Who's your top 5, Mel?
Of all time?
Yeah, because you only gave 4.
Mike, Kareem, Kobe, and then number 4 starts a debate for me with LeBron, Wilt, Russell, Bird match. It's kind of hard. My number 4 and 5 is real hard. I don't have a solid 4 and 5 yet, but
Okay.
that debate starts with LeBron, Wilt, and Russell, right?
So basically, you only have three. You only have three, but basically, like your three main players.
Yeah.
The other ones is up for debate.
I mean, because them dudes are two. I mean, man, it's like how do you go past Russell with winning 11 out of 13? He's got one of the best resumes as far as a winner in the league, and then and aside from Kareem, because Kareem coming from high school only lost one game all throughout high school. He only lost one game at UCLA.
He lost 2. I think he lost 6 games in high school.
Yeah,
he lost 6.
Okay.
Him and LeBron lost 6 games, but LeBron won more games than Kareem in high school.
Yeah. So with Kareem, his total body of work is, I mean, it's unreal, and I think Mike
is second to LeBron.
And I think Mike as a player is unreal. So those two guys separate themselves from me 1 and 2. And then
so Mel, how the hell you put guys like that? How you put Kobe in class with guys like that? Kobe had none of those things you just said.
I don't.
You just put him as third.
I got 1 and 2 with a huge gap between number 3. It's a huge gap between Mike, Kareem, and everybody else. Huge. And
then you just implied that there's a gap between 3 and the rest. You just implied that.
It's a gap between 1 and 2 and the rest.
No, you said you implied that it gets debatable between 4 and 5 because 3 and who you have 4 because you made that unclear.
He never said
he never said 4.
Yeah, that's what. So exactly, you implied that there's a gap between 3, which is Kobe, and 4.
No, it's a gap between 1 and 2. It's a gap between 1 and 2, and you mistaken the fact that I have a number 3 with saying that he's in the same.
Close to them, but he's not. He's not.
No, you said it earlier, Mel. You said it earlier. You said Kobe was third earlier. I
did say he was third, but I didn't say he was.
He's a distant third. He's a distant third, right? So why is he a distant third to Kareem? I want to know that. Why is he a distant third to Kareem?
Because Kareem's resume is just too far beyond what Kobe's resume is.
That's what I'm saying. Like how?
When you include high school, college, and all the levels he won on, and then everything he accomplished and all the stuff. I mean, his paper resume is unreal.
Well, Mel, wouldn't you say that?
Oh, Mel.
What is that paper resume?
Mel, hold on, Mel. You just
what's that?
Mel, you kind of just chat about yourself. You kind of chat about yourself, man.
No. If y'all would have listened to me, I told you I never disregard the paper resume. I said what you are is remember when I said this earlier when I said the gap between a player when you measure him as a player and someone else versus the gap between their paper resume, I marry those two. And the gap between Kobe's and Kareem's resume is so huge that even though I think Kobe might be a better player than Kareem, that gap that the resume creates doesn't make him land higher than Kareem on the all-time list. In my opinion.
What's that resume? That's what we're trying to ask. What's that resume? You say
everything that you can put on paper.
So what's the gap
with the foundation being winning? Everything that you can put on paper with the foundation being winning. Because
Kareem. What puts Jordan's resume in front of Kareem's resume?
Because the gap between Jordan as a player is huge between him and Kareem.
What gap? How do you prove that gap?
That's just by observation. Like this is something that you can disagree with. I'm not saying that this is
I'm not
universal thing.
I'm asking the question because you made the statement. So the question is, how do you prove that gap?
The same way when I told you how I evaluate players on the floor with
how do you evaluate that?
How they mastered the game, strengths, weaknesses, abilities, and how they displayed that at the highest level.
And you also had an explanation for that too. You said when it comes to assists, I understand why this player assists is lower and his points are higher. So when it comes to Kareem and Jordan, you have to understand the difference in the two types of players. So when the question is, how do you prove the gap? How do you prove that gap between Jordan and Kareem?
I can't prove it to y'all. I'm asking. It's my evaluation.
You haven't said the words. What you said is a gap. That's a word.
Yeah,
So
we
I'm
want to
asking
know the
you to
gap.
explain
Yeah,
that
we want to
gap.
know.
That's it. I'm asking
Yeah,
you
we
to
trying to
explain the
have a
gap.
conversation.
Well,
Yeah, we just want to
I'm,
know.
I thought I said that how I evaluate a player is how they are complete on both ends of the floor. This is all this is all me observing their game with a trained eye, right? This
Okay.
is not me going to their stats. This is me observing them
Okay.
play, right? So how I do that, and I observe Kareem and Mike. Mike's a better player, and he's a better player by far. Mike is the most complete player I've ever seen on the basketball court. And the fact that Kobe is just as complete has Kobe high on my list as well.
So,
What
quick question.
you gave me was coach talk. You haven't broke down how you explained that, because if you was explain, you could leave stats out of it and explain it. Explain how Jordan is the most complete, more complete than Kareem is on both sides of the court.
Yeah.
But you're not explaining it. What you're just saying is that he's more complete.
Well,
But you're not explaining that.
If I'm not explaining it the way I'm saying it, then that's probably a flaw in my articulation. Maybe I can't explain it.
Just you can't explain it.
So quick question, Mel.
I thought I was explaining that.
You didn't say why he's better.
If I can't explain it, then that's a flaw with me.
Well, defensively,
No, he made his flaw. He made his flaw.
Yeah,
that's okay.
So,
okay,
Mel,
you can't explain it. Okay, I got it.
Quick question, Mel. If you had, and again, since we're talking about gaps and whatnot, if one player and you lined them up again, and one player had 3 more MVPs, regular season, 3 more Finals MVPs, 8 more first team All NBA selections, a better ratio of turnovers to assists, or to assist ratio, beats them in points, rebounds, and assists, and every advanced metric, would you rank that player higher personally, just based on the resume and the gap they're in?
It depends on who the players are, because if
it always depends on the player.
If I'm observing if I'm observing both of them, and what my conclusion came to from me observing their game is different from what those stats you just riddled out told me, then I have to go do a deeper dive into it. So it could be reasons why it is that way. But if I like, say for instance, for LeBron, I can easily, without looking at stats, say that LeBron is better than 99% of the NBA. Like if you take a player like, I don't know who's like Kobe. Let's say DeMar DeRozan. I can easily say DeMar is not better,
or a better version of DeMar, like Kobe. Right? Or the ultimate version of DeMar, like Kobe.
But if you told me right now,
okay,
you told me right now that DeMar was averaging more. As a matter of fact, this is
averaging. Don't bring up stats. Don't bring up stats.
All right. So Johnny, he said that there's a big gap between Kareem and Kobe because of the paper resume. So I don't think you heard that far.
No,
he said there's a big gap between Kareem and Kobe.
No, he didn't.
Because there's because of the paper resume. But he said that you have to throw the resume out for LeBron James. So
hold on, y'all.
Hold on, check this out.
Don't do that, Brandon.
Check this out, Mel.
That's exactly what he said.
Check this out.
He said a paper resume is too big.
I'm a Gemini, so there's 2 sides to me. I'm gonna show you the nice side first, and then comes the exposure afterwards. Out of everybody here, while you have been talking, I'm the only person that actually heard everything you said and comprehended everything you said. That's why I haven't asked you these stupid questions they keep asking you, to keep hearing you say the same answer that you've been saying the whole show. So now with that being said, you keep talking about it depends on this, it depends on how you view things and how you view things. Do you view my shirt? Can you read what it says? If you can't do that, this is why you have a problem with GOAT James Kingdom. Because at the end of the day, bro, we don't give a fuck what you think. We don't care about what you feel. We want you to tell us the truth. And you can't seem to do that. You can't be honest with Travis. You can't be honest with Sturdy. You can't be honest with Brandon. So that's why the exposer comes up at the end and says, hey, you have now been exposed by the exposer.
Amen.
You have now been exposed by the exposer.
All right, guys. We've been on here for almost 3 hours, so it's about time.
I thought it was a great show, to be honest with you.
Hey, right there. Poppy, look, you see the young man down there, Poppy? That guy right there, his name is Mel. He just got exposed by the exposure. That's what we do with Coach James Kingdom.
Hey, B-Lee.
He's a good man. He's a good man. It's nothing personal. Trust me, it's nothing personal. It's never nothing personal.
It's just basketball. Hey, Johnny.
Yes.
Thank you for having me on the show, B-Lee. Same thing. King Johnny, it was nice to meet you. Sturdy. Hey, shout out to you, Big Dog. T Perfect, same thing, man. I appreciate it sitting here talking with y'all, and maybe we can do it again.
You're always welcome. Just know you gotta talk. Just remember you gotta talk, not Mel talk, basketball talk.
Mel,
If you can do that, we'll be fine.
I will check out your live, Mel.
Y'all come in. Y'all come in there, man.
Nah, he got good stuff. He got good stuff.
Come in there, man. It'll be good.
Of course. Listen,
live call-ins and everything, man. Y'all welcome. Come to Man Down Sports. I appreciate it. I'm about to.
Oh, you doing live callers now? Oh, that's what's up, man.
Listen, we wish you the best.
No, I'm saying you doing live calls now. That's what's up. The last time I checked on you, like you just doing your interviews and breakdowns. But okay, that's what's up.
Listen, continue to do what you do, because obviously you have a following. You do what you do best. No hate here in Goat James Kingdom. We are different, obviously. You can see we're very different. We have our own niche.
Y'all good. Y'all fuck me. I like it, man.
You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent.
You have to be.
Hold on.
Because let me tell you something.
You're not consistent.
Wait. Because unlike you, Mel. Because unlike you, us being LeBron fans, we can never be subjective. We always have to be objective for somebody to not call us LeBron sexuals, to not call us all these type of weird names. See, you're allowed to say, hey, this is my opinion about Kobe. This is my opinion about Michael Jordan. We can't say, hey, this is just my opinion of LeBron.
Of course.
We can't say that.
Have you ever heard me say anything derogatory? LeBron said, like, Sturdy, if you seen any of my videos, do I call anybody LeBron sexual or anything like that?
You call me unintelligent. You call me unintelligent.
No. I didn't say that. I said I'm giving an intelligent take, and you're being emotional.
That's talking about why.
I don't think you're not intelligent. If you figure that way, I apologize.
Why gotta be emotional? Why gotta be emotional?
I don't think. Well, emotion is not a bad thing. It just means.
But you didn't say that. You didn't say it as a positive. You didn't say it like a congratulations. You ain't say it like, bro, I appreciate your emotions. You said it like, bro, take your emotions aside.
I'm saying that the conversation can't flow as good as we want it to. If you're gonna rise,
the conversation will never flow if you can't take your subjectivity out. That's when my emotion shows up. That's what you guys gotta understand.
But that's your opinion that I'm not being objective.
No, it's not an opinion, because we've everybody's asked you the same questions, and you said it the same subject. You can't stand 10 toes down, which is one of our phrases. See, what I'm going to do is, you're not consistent. I'm going to watch your show before I go on your show and study your show before I go on your show. That way I know how to act and behave and what you really want to talk about. So when I show up on your show, I'll be able to do that for you.
Since you're going to let me have a lot of fun over there, man. Y'all will fit in right nice.
Since you like being subjective, oh man, if y'all really thought objective A Johnny was something, wait till y'all see the subjective one. So catch me on Man Down Sports one day. We'll be over there shortly. All
right, man. Hey, we'll be live doing live call-ins on Friday, man. If y'all free, man, go on over there, man. But I'm about to stop y'all.
Plug it in.
You gotta tell them what time.
Everything.
Yeah.
Give us everything.
I'm on the West Coast, so 4:30 Pacific. I think it's 7:30 Eastern time. So we'll be live. We take live call-ins, man. It's a lot of fun, man. So y'all all invited, man. And I'm sending everybody that I know to this channel as well. But I know a lot of people that like MJ as the GOAT, man. So that'll be a weird mix. So,
Mel, the name of your show is Man Down Sports.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. All right, man. Hey, once again, man, nice meeting all y'all fellas, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you for bringing up your all your takes for us on a Sunday afternoon. We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It's all love.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Thanks for showing up. Remember, everybody, hit that like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week, Sunday, same time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. All right, we out.
Everybody be safe.
All right,
Thanks, 30. Thanks.